going, chat? All right, baby. Munich Major. Faze vs. Falcon. Munich Major, Faze vs. Falcon. Got it, everybody. All right. Do it. So, first and foremost, before we head in here, thank you very much to Ubisoft for hooking us up with drops. There are new drops today. They're going live literally any minute right now. We'll have access to all of them, obviously. Got permission to co-stream the games and all that kind of stuff as well. So thank you very much to Ubisoft for that. So today's drops are, you get a pack at 1 hour of watching, 3 hours of watching, 9 hours of watching, and 11 hours of watching. And you get a Oryx headgear and an Oryx uniform. At 5 hours for the headgear, 7 hours for the uniform. Watch for 11 hours, you get all the drops. All the drops. Okay. I should probably post on Twitter that I'm live too. What's on, Scorpion? Dude, you know what I have a glass of? Apple cider. Dude, I love apple cider. It's so good. I love me some apple cider. Can't talk bad about me. You guys enjoy the rerun overnight? Was it a blast? Banger song is back on the stream. Yep. This should be a good game though. Faze vs. Falcons is gonna be a good game. Gonna be a good game. Okay, I see what you're doing, Legend. Histy said came in chat and said I don't care about you guys. Histy is literally an absolute hater, bro. This guy is in, he's in Germany, in Munich, and he's coming in Twitch chat and just hating. It's actually crazy. It is actually crazy. What's going on, Ola? It is actually just nuts, bro. You're hating on Oman? Bro, Pisty is not gonna like that. Not gonna like that. Whoever wins, I don't know. This game is gonna be. This is obviously the winner's bracket. This is gonna be the biggest game of the day, I guess. But you know, like Pisty. Pisty's just a hater, bro. A hater. Some barbecue group. By the way, did you guys see they released a new Anno? Anno 117 Pax Romana. Those Munich bridges. Bro, I'm not so fat that I take down a bridge, okay? Drops on. Should be. Or they should be any minute. Whenever they go on, we'll have them on here immediately. So, I don't know. They might already be on. I'm not actually sure. If they're not, as soon as they go on, we'll have them. I do need to update. Thank you for that. Okay. And break. Mix. So, you need to get some coffee. Oh, I'll actually get coffee later. I want to drink my cider right now. That was good. Right, shield. Bro, I will literally go crazy if that actually happens. I will full-blown crash out. It'll be Crash Out City. I might destroy my entire setup and uninstall the game. Done, Jade Slayer. Yeah, we're live right now. Dude, the new Anno game actually looks pretty cool. Like watching a trailer for it right now too. There's like a Discord quest for it. I actually have the game already if I want to play it. You were fucked up last night and you were trying to talk to me because you didn't see it was a rerun. Oh yeah. Well, I always put it in the title if there's a rerun. So if there's a I always put in the title. I went to bed early yesterday, so that I could wake up today to like co-stream all the games, and then I thought I was gonna get some good sleep, and then my son woke up anyway, like twice. I was like, thanks, bro. Thanks, dude. Everyone was saying it wasn't a rerun, but I was like actually live. Yeah, I can see how that'd be problematic. About time. Whacking a bonbon, okay. Do you guys ever do these Discord quest things or no? If they're worth it. Well, I have like Nitro, stuff like that. That's you get to keep the rewards forever that you get with when you do the quest. So like I don't even actually do all of them because like I don't know, it's just cool. You get like different avatars and like avatar and animated effects and stuff. The only ones I don't do are the ones that you have to like play the game. Sometimes I'll do those, but it depends what it is. Those ones have to be like worth it, like you said. Munich is a cool looking city. I think Pisty, by the way, finally went and did some stuff while he was there. I was telling him, I was like, dude, go do stuff. He was saying that like other people didn't really want to do too much stuff. I'm like, whatever, man, just go by yourself. That's what I do. I tell everybody, like, whenever I'm at events and stuff like that, I mean, normally they're in pretty cool places, right? So I'm like, I always tell everybody, like, hey, do you want to go here? I'm going to go at this time. And if everyone's like, yeah, or like, I just go anyway, dude. Like, if people want to join, cool. It's more fun with friends and stuff like that, and you get fun moments and all that. But, if people are not wanting to go for whatever reason, it doesn't really matter. Not a big deal. Get your rest or chill or whatever you want to do, really. Brazil's a place you'd rather not go alone. Honestly, I felt like perfectly fine there. I really did. I really felt like perfectly fine when I was there. Truly. Still a rerun? No. We're gonna watch the matches. Yeah, Brazil is fine. I don't know. I don't really, I don't know. I don't get like scared of places and stuff like that. Really, like, I don't know. I used to work in like a really bad area like a long time ago, so I worked in like a few different like grocery stores and stuff like that, and like one of them was in a really bad area. So I don't know. Like nothing really bothers me too much. I'm you know, I don't like dress fancy or anything like that. No, it's not that I'm super jacked, but I could just, you know, you kind of know the areas to go and not go, and you get like the feel for stuff, and you know, I mean that's like pretty much it, right? That's the way that at least that I see it, and I don't know. I mean, I don't dress like fancy when I go places anyway. I mean, I just never do in general. Yeah, I mean, I just wear like a plain black t-shirt that's, you know, like a Fruit of the Loom plain black t-shirt and like a pair of just like plain jeans, you know, no super fancy shoes. I don't wear any jewelry. I mean, you know, you could tell. Yep. Watch the games. Yep. Did I go to college? Yeah, I did. But it's like, you know, I don't know. You just get, I don't know. You get a feel for stuff, and like, probably when people are like looking, they're just like, yeah, that guy's like not a good target. Because like I said, it's just, you know.
I hate to say it, but I needed it.
I just wear like basic clothes and no jewelry, so.
An upgrade was in order, but I had a request. Make it more precise. Now, I'll show you what an old time.
What is this? What I study in college? Finance. I never finished though. I ended up dropping out early to start a business that went really well, and you know, I sold the business and stuff like that, and then I just never went back. So
Good morning, Munich. Hello, and Servus.
the stage is so
Welcome
crazy,
to day
dude.
2 of the Munich Major. I'm Milos, your host for the start of the show, and I'm so happy to welcome you to our wonderful BMW park. By my side are my good buddies of Alpha and Fresh. How are we doing today? Yesterday was a hell of a day.
Do you know what? I'm not sure if I've recovered. I don't know if I'm actually feeling good today, Milos, because the EU really let us down on a personal level yesterday. But
Good.
It was some great quality siege. I will say that I'm a fan of Great Siege first and foremost, and it was Great Siege.
We lost Secret, we lost G2, but we gained some amazing storylines. We had so many great matches, and I cannot wait for Faze Falcons, especially a rematch of the SI Grand Final. I am super excited.
Well, speaking of which, let's take a look at our schedule for today, because
Give me the
3
wrist
best of
or
3s
forearm?
are what
Forearm
await us. Falcons
more,
playing Faze,
yeah.
M80 play wildcard, and of course, the loser of Game 1 and the winner of Match 2 will play against one another. Falcons Faze being the
I
upper
think
bracket
I
final,
picked-
of course, M80
I picked
wildcard
Faze,
being still in
who
the
did I
lower
pick to
bracket,
win on
at
this?
least there. If you lose, you are out in this all-NA matchup.
Yeah, big
So
fan
there's
of
gonna
that as well,
at
you know,
least be one
two
NA
North American
team
teams coming through it. Fabian's
to make
still on
top
stage, Baby
4.
Shark still representing EU. Still going to keep harping on. EU has got a chance. EU has got a chance. But yeah, no, the games today look incredible. We've got an SI rematch at the very start, and yeah, the final game to then determine the finalists.
Well, gentlemen, for those
Okay,
at home
I
also and
picked
also with us,
Falcons
the
and I
action,
picked
don't you worry,
M80.
Here's a little clip to get your heart pumping.
Yeah. Do you have to edit your predictions like live as this is going? It says no team defined. Team last night you're facing weirdos. What's new? Country Vanguard. There's an Oryx headgear and an Oryx uniform, and there's 4 esport packs. Plus, the games today should actually be really good games.
At the top of the mountain, you have to survive and learn how to take the sweet with the sour. That's how it always is. But from high above, where we get to witness all the action,
I am
let's take a
supportive
look at
Save
Underdog.
Siege.
Of course, a
I'm gonna make a pretty detailed video on that soon. I don't agree with all of the points
My God, what a guy.
that are in the video, but yeah, like a lot in general, yes, I support like the movement and stuff like that.
He's the one that brought them
Absolutely.
back against Secret after being led 1 map to 0. He's the one that dropped double digits 2 maps in a row to make it, and that
This was so
incredible
stupid
runaway
that
from the
like
pits to
play
start it off.
yesterday.
I think Gunner is on the tab of their
God,
becomes
fuck
alive at the
shields,
right
man.
moment.
Why
He
are
was
shields?
on stage
Why
when
can
his
shields
team
run?
needed the
Why?
most. It was just amazing
Like,
to see him do
it
that.
doesn't make any
especially in the
sense
final.
in any
He's
world.
always been that player. He's always been the player that's believed in himself, had that confidence, and he was the one making the plays for his team yesterday.
Well, from the monster, we go to the moment. Of course, it was a disappointing day in many ways for our EML fans, both here and all around the world. And that moment, well, it had to be G2 getting knocked out, and specifically the way Doki taunts everybody in the game.
Yeah, GG, calling GG, and round 1, not even over, inside a cafe, and of course the stars were going to be written as soon as that happened. G2 ultimately then put in what was a horrible performance afterwards in, you know, the last couple of maps. Ended up getting eliminated, a huge
I will
shock.
say
It
I
was
was
the
sad
biggest
to see
moment of the day by
Stomping
far.
get knocked
On the other
out,
side,
but
look
I'm
at
happy
Wildcard,
Wildcard
look at
won
how
because they're an
happy they
NA
are,
team.
especially Baby
Yes,
Shark.
I
Look
have
at him
NA
crying.
bias. I do not
If I
care.
think of this player, 8 months ago, he was still playing in Tier 2 in France. Since then, he's crossed an entire ocean. He's went to live in an 8, like I did it before, and he made it to a top 4 of a major. Looking at him crying here, it almost felt like he already won a major, because he already upset all odds, and that, to me, is the biggest of victories.
Defying the odds is a big deal here, but of course we have our must-see for today. And really, every game is a must-see, but our very first one, it regroups 2 of the best teams in the world. A rematch from SI 2025 Grand Final in Boston. It's Faze versus Team Falcons.
Yeah, it's a rematch of the 6th Invitational. It's a rematch of Boston. These 2 teams, they went at it. Ultimately, the Brazilian team broke our European team's heart back over there in Boston, and it was a crazy game. We had an unlimited overtime that went 16 rounds as well, so I'm looking forward to that one.
I think looking at the past year, only 2 teams were really perfect, in my opinion. Faze in Brazil and Falcons in Europe. And I think seeing these 2 face off once again, it's already announcing of a crazy good match.
And it's a great way to kick off our day as well. So let's start chatting about both of our squads and see what they can bring to us today. FaZe Clan is on the chopping block, and really the SI25 Grand Finalists and champions, the current reigning world champions, they still have some more to kick through in this year. We haven't seen them perform well in a while.
But now they're back. They're in upper finals. They've done a good job. They've upset MAT in a 2-0 fashion. I know many people are doubting them, but still, they do everything that they need to just go above and beyond every time, managing to beat their opponent, and they make it here. At least top 3 secured, and I'm not sure they're going to stop here.
They do a consistent job of kind of being under the radar whilst being a top team, and it's a really tricky balance to push there. The FaZe have got a lot of good things going for them with that consistency. However, post 6 Invitational, post that win, we have seen a drop-off in their performance. If we take a look at their performance,
the
inside
drops.
of Reload, inside of EWC, for example,
They don't
you'll
turn
see
them
that
on
they had a
right
great
as
time
the
in February.
stream
They were
starts,
champions,
so they'll be
Cyber
on
lifted them.
whenever they
Then it goes
start.
to 16 for
We'll have
Reload.
them
They
right
crash out
away.
of that tournament.
So
16 for EWC as well. Crashing out
whenever
of that
they
tournament,
start,
but
we got
also
them. They
in
don't turn them
2024,
on
they
right
were
away
winning their own
though.
region. They were
So.
not doing that this year either. There's other teams.
But
that
if you
took
stay
over.
in here, you'll
What
get all
seems
the
to keep them
drops.
afloat is how
I will also
strong
be
they
streaming
are on
after
their
the major
defense
is
trio.
over
And it
is over
definitely
as well.
They're the
So
best rated in defense in this entire tournament. And if you think about it, I think Faze clearly is the best defensive team in the world. And I picked one example to show you. In their game against M80 that sent them in upper finals. It was here on Consulate, round 11. I want you to pay attention to what's going on. M80 is rushing and Hot and Cold is going for a plant here. And their 4v4, Hot and Cold is managing to get the plant down because the guy's grenades are all around him, not placed the right way for Souls 1. And in here, look at the call made by Faze. They're gonna send a player all the way up towards Stellars here. This guy is a distraction. That's gonna be the Kaid. That's the first player going up. At the same time, all the way on yellow, the Clash is also retaking, trying to gather information on where the attackers is. Now, all of that is a massive distraction so that the smoke can retake here and start diffusing. Handy goes up, gets aggressive, gets a first kill, and kills the Vert player here, which gives enough time here for Souls 1 to manage to defuse. Look at Gunner, still running, but cannot get to Souls 1 in
The
time.
Rainbow Six stream needs to have a higher bit rate and a better stream quality.
Faze still wins this. It's just one example of
Dumb
how
as Dry is
strong
cold.
Faze is in defense, which I think is their biggest asset right now.
Faze has been a household name in Siege ever since they debuted in this scene 7.5 years ago, and they've been performing well ever since. Team Falcons, though, have joined us in EML. Of course, they played in MENA before, but now, ever since 2025 and after the Invitational, they picked up the tippity-top, the top of the spear of Europe.
That roster has lived through so many heartbreaks, but I think the biggest one was EWC. That moment where everything came crushing down, where everyone was expecting them to win a third title in a row, and yet it didn't happen. They got first rounded.
I looked it up the other day.
Origination in that roster.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they
If we
have
take a look at the
won
history of this
EWC
team, obviously
Gamers
formerly
8.
known as BDS. We saw them at the Manchester
I do
Majors.
love
This was when
Julio,
they
though.
First made that switch. When
I
League was
do.
first going to
Their coach,
Ireland and
their
England,
coach
they
is an
picked up and
actual
they went away
G.
from the French core, and they got to the Manchester Major, and they were running it. They were looking like they were on a honeymoon period, all the way to a final against a worthy underdog in Beast Coast, and they fell short that day. They struggled with the occasion, and they ended up getting second
Well,
place.
the biggest
First
thing
grand
with
final, and
Falcons,
they
like
came back to me
they
after that.
just,
told
I don't
me
know,
we
they
could
just have a
not even
choking
Beast Coast that
problem,
day. They were just a
honestly.
better team. But then Montreal happened. And then
Bro,
he
they're
told me
second
we
place.
lost to ourselves. It wasn't W7M.
Like,
it was us losing
they have
to
so
ourselves. The
many
mentality
second
was not there,
places,
and you
it's
expected
crazy.
them to make a third grand final. Well, they did it. They went, Jack, to 6 Invitational in Boston, managed to get that grand final, and once again, a second place here.
They fell short. They fell short once again in Boston. I would say this one they were maybe matched up against a more even opponent. Both of the majors, it was maybe a favorite and an underdog story. Faze were phenomenal on that day, but what does 3 second places in a row represent? One, it represents great success. You have to be a formidable team to get to that point, but it also represents failure. It represents that you can't get over the line, you can't get that first place. So what do Falcons do? Because that's an inflection point, that's a breaking point. Well, they put in a 3-point plan in my mind. They sign with Team Falcons first and foremost. They have high performance support. They've got psychologists, they've got physiologists, they've got coaching staff, they've got analysts, they've got strategic coaches, managers. They are using all of the resources provided to them to extract every ounce of performance. They rebuild the theory crafting with LeakFact. They do theory sessions, and they also have a team-first focus. When we've been backstage, when we've been in the player area before we came to live,
Maybe this time will be
they're
different.
barking at each other, keeping the energy high every single round.
Well, but there's more that also stays in their head, which is, of course, the big dream of going to the Invitational, which they are qualified to play in Paris off their performance here at the Sixth
They definitely
Major
should have
in
be an invite,
Munich.
so I'm
But
glad they're
the
there.
question
They'll be
is,
there.
can that dream carry them forward to play even deeper than last year, to finally hold that champion title?
The absolute dream, le rêve, it's to win 6 Invitational in Paris for a roster that has 3 Frenchmen, that has also a French coach. For Shaiko, he's still dreaming about winning 6 Invitational. It's gonna be in his home country, his home city, in Paris. Obviously, coming here at the Munich Major, you want this to be the best preparation possible. You want to win a title here in Munich, giving you extra confidence to win 6 Invitational in a couple of months in your home city.
Well, we've set up the stakes for this huge rematch that we've seen many times in the past. So let's talk about our map for this year's, or one of our 3 that we're starting off with, and it's Chalet for our first one.
So I'm going to take us all on a little trip down memory lane. Let's go back to Boston in February. BDS at the time, they were playing FaZe Clan. They came in as the upper bracket finalists. What that meant is they got the map veto advantage. They got to pick out of any of the 9 maps going up against FaZe Clan. Which one did they pick, Leo?
The permaban of FaZe. They picked Chalet against FaZe.
And now in this map veto, FaZe are picking Chalet back against the same team. Why did they do that? Well, 2 reasons. FaZe won they lost the map that day, but they won the mentality game on that map in Boston. They managed to lose it, but it was 7-9. It should have been a lot easier than that for BDS. Falcons, during the stage in EML, they've lost this map to Wolves. They've lost this map to Wild. It's not a firm favorite of theirs anymore.
And now moving on to Falcons pick, they're gonna pick Lair.
Lair,
That's no surprise
okay.
to me. In my opinion, they're the best Lair team in the world. And if you look at Faze, they got destroyed 7-2 by MAT in your group stage.
Well,
on
listen,
that map.
I
They
need
managed
Falcons
beat
to
them
win
on the
this
same map
shit
a couple days later, but it
because
was not clean by any means. It makes a lot
if
of
they
sense for Falcons to pick them.
I need that
Absolutely. And then the
MP5 skin,
decider
bro.
We're going to see come through now. It's going to be Nighthaven Labs now. For both teams,
Secure
this is a
my
good map.
predictions
I
for
will
me,
say
Falcons.
They
Secure
absolutely
them.
love the map. We've seen them on it a lot. But for FaZe, it's quite a structured map, and that lends itself to their playstyle.
Well then, gentlemen, thank you very much for that. We've set the stage for all of you here. But speaking of the stage, my friends, we careen into the unknown. So let's let the guiding light of our stage take us to cozy shores.
I will say this stage is one of the craziest stages they've ever had. Benari? The trophy is so sick, too. Did you guys see the trophy? Are you gonna see me compete again? Don't think you will. I don't know. Drops might already be on. Not sure. Whenever they start, we will have them here right away.
In
And
yesterday,
yeah,
the bracket chopped and changed in ways that
they'll be
many
on
of us
right
never
away.
expected.
And I'll also be
Wild
streaming
results,
after the major is over too, so you'll get all the drops
performances,
if you're here
and
for that for
champions
sure.
And favorites.
The sneaky
swept
plays, think of the
ashore,
sub.
But today, the pressure, it really deepens because two teams today will book their spot and set sail into the grand final of the Rainbow Six Munich Major. First things first.
Got the
Munich,
sauce.
how are we
I
doing?
don't
Everybody
think
good?
so.
Me too, because we are kicking off with a rematch for the ages. Let's bring out our upper bracket finalists. Starting off, Team Falcons!
I gotta say the stage is really cool the way they did it.
Falcons,
Let's go on Skanuk. Oh yeah, we can do
with the
predictions.
structure and confidence expected from a roster of this caliber, with their rising stars ripe and ready at this moment. They step onto the main stage knowing that their ceiling is sky high.
You're supposed to so play your only OG content career since Macy left. I guess so, dude. I guess so.
Welcome onto the stage, FaZe Clan!
Did they get booed?
The world champions walk onto this stage with composure and experience expected from a team built for deep runs. Their one stumble earlier in the tournament served as a reminder of how ruthless this bracket can really be.
There's Andy.
Ah, this is good, isn't it? This is a huge matchup, Licky Fack, KDS. You guys know each other so well. I could ask you a million questions, but I'm going to keep it nice and simple for both of you. Why are you going to the grand final of this major?
Firstly, because we are a better team. Secondly, because the crowd looks amazing and we'll give everything to give them what they want.
KDS, why will it be FaZe Clan?
I think we will beat them very easy today, and we're going to wait the finals against them too.
These two are ready. Munich, are we ready? Please shake hands. It's gonna be good. Let's do it.
The Falcons are soaring again. After a painful early exit to EWC, our EML champions have risen with purpose and now feel closer than ever to a second major.
What are my predictions? Falcons, M80, and then probably Falcons will beat M80 in the next match. I don't know though for sure. This is my guess.
I hope they're feeling rest and motivated to fly home.
The two best regions in the world collide. FaZe and Falcons meet in a grand final rematch from SI with a direct shot at the Munich Major Trophy on the line.
Didn't Shaiko and Bird play together last year? Dude, I swear Intero's hair just gets crazier every day.
Here at this event, Falcons and FaZe Clan have simply looked like a cut above.
I like how Intero also has the yoga instructor bracelet, like the beads.
That's exactly right, Parker. The stakes are still high in the upper bracket finals because the loser will have
He has
to go down.
He has the hair and the yoga instructor
We don't know which
beads.
one it's going to be yet, but
Well,
there's
no
doubt
promises
that's
for my
not where you
predictions.
want to be at the end of today. You want to punch your ticket, make it to Sunday a little bit early, get that extra bit of rest and a slight advantage in the map vetoes.
Yeah, the winner today doesn't play again, but the loser will wait for either M80 or Wildcard. Both teams that have been good, one more of a surprise than the other. And Europe's last hope rests in Falcons. For Brazil, their last hope is FaZe Clan. Neither of these teams do go home, so both regions will still get to cheer at least one more time. You saw the map pool. The desk talked a little bit about it. What are your immediate thoughts before we kick off Chalet?
Parker, I think we're going to have a really fun, aggressive game of Siege in front of us. We're starting on Chalet, the snowy slopes that we love to see in Siege, where it goes all out on Fragfest, right? We get to see some really aggressive defensive strategies coming through. That's going to be a really fun map to start things off, and one that we saw FaZe Clan get a big 7-2 win on up against Wildcard a few days ago. Then it's going to be Lair, one of my favorite maps to cast, and a map that Falcons are incredibly strong at on. With the crowd behind them, they're going to be a tough team to beat, but if we can get to that third map of Nighthaven Labs, it is truly anybody's game. We've got the theming here in the arena with Nighthaven, so that's where it ends.
The glasses to players is
And all three of these maps are favored
maybe.
by FaZe Clan too, so they will be prepared irrespective of whether it was chosen by them.
I do
or
love
it was
Julio.
chosen by Falcons. Crowd's a little early on the chant. That's a good thing to see, especially if you're cheering for the hometown squad. I don't. Hometown applies only to Europe.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they've got some. We've got an
My
international
favorite town,
crowd here. I'm
Europe.
sure there's a lot of people not from Germany. I'm sure there's some people from France in here willing to cheer for their French players. Maybe some Brits in here as well, looking to cheer on some of their players. So who knows? We got a lot of European representation in this crowd.
I heard some cheers for FaZe Clan as well. We were kicking
Yellow
off.
boots on the stage, the staff wearing. Yeah, it's on Steve-O.
There's not a lot of them, admittedly, but if FaZe Clan does continue to do well, their numbers tend to grow. I mean, look back at Manchester, the last time we had an event here in Europe. Beast Coast, the North American team, steadily accrued more and more supporters as they went deeper into their matchup en route to a championship. The video that we played earlier on shows how many times this Falcons team, whether they're competing under Falcons or under their old org of BDS, were the bridesmaid. They've only been the bride one time, and that was at the Jönköping Major many, 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 many moons ago.
Oh, yeah.
They are ripe and they are due for a championship, but they are going up against the best team in Brazil and the defending world champions who toppled them internationally just about 8 months prior in Boston.
I mean, this is
Oh
the
yeah, all the
question that's been
R6
asked
share
about
skins
Falcons
are
all
on
season
sale.
long, Parker. If not now, then when? We've got this European event and then Paris coming up for the 6th Invitational. Those are the two big tournaments where you expect to see the European favorites pop off and finally get that big tournament win. They really haven't had a big trophy just yet. This could be their first on the step of two major tournaments.
I was going to say Falcons is an organization that has very high expectations on these players. There's a reason why they picked them up. But on the other side, FaZe Clan, I
That
feel like
trophy
much
is
of this
so
focused
sick,
on
dude.
Falcons. We haven't talked about the team. who has been one of the best teams in the last year in our entire esports. And we will start off, Jesse, on Chalet, a very
I feel like Falcons are inevitable to make the finals. I feel like they win this, but then I feel like FaZe will probably beat the winner of the next game.
Things off with our first map of the day here on Chalet.
Well, I hope you've brought your winter coats because this is going to be a chilling first map between Falcons and FaZe Clan. And the operator bans, there's one operator I'm always looking for to get removed. That's the Ingame. So powerful, and the first one to be removed for the defenders. Not a surprise, FaZe Clan going with the old
Obviously,
faithful,
it's different at
way
a pro
too
level, but I
powerful
really
to
feel
win
like,
those blows.
I guess maybe because I play Cali on this map all the time. But like between the DMRs and Cali, I feel like you could really knock away the Ingames. And it is guaranteed top 3. Yep.
Either on that top
I
floor,
want to turn
you're
this
looking at
down.
the office wall, maybe some of those bottom floor bomb sites as well if you're playing on the hatches. The attacking operator is a bit more interesting. The Grim being removed here.
Does that sound so good for you guys, or should you want to turn back up a little?
They're not going to have access to coming forward through this game. And of course,
There.
the
That's a
Monty,
better
Vidaking's
spot.
favorite operator, one of the best shield players in the entire world.
Incredibly high value picks taken off of the board and will hinder both of these teams if you want that.
I can turn down the sound on my side if it's too low.
Or a mute. Mute will be brought quite often, not just because of his gadget denial, but the bigger thing on a lot of these maps is simply the denial of information.
Yeah.
All throughout Rainbow Six's history, and especially
In the game, put me on mute.
we've seen
Okay,
what a
bro.
terror a good mute can be.
Yeah, drops are on,
He's
people
also
are saying,
an
so.
excellent counter to one of the strongest attacking operators in the game at the moment, which is Deimos. If you're running a Deimos, if
Cali's
you're
pretty
running
shit
a
in Pro
Doggy, if
League.
you're running a Ryan,
I've seen
Sky
Cali
cover
played a
for
lot in
all
Pro
of
League
those.
before.
He's a very,
I mean, I don't know. Zombie's still a good
who
ban.
addresses an awful lot of utility on the attacking side.
Very much is.
Yeah, they're
Mark,
live right
as we get
now.
into the very first
I'm
map
getting
in this
drops
series,
from
I wanna
watching
go
my own
back to some
stream.
of those SI finals in Boston. It was Falcons that took the first map, who got the early lead. It was a maximum overtime 9-7, went into extended innings as we got to see a long first brutal map up that Falcons ended up walking away with. FaZe Clan had to battle back in that series. They don't want to be doing the same thing, especially on their own map pick of Chalet.
Well,
they want a hotter start.
It's a
than
good
what
thing that
got
they
back in
banned
Boston.
Ingame because they don't have any DMRs. Basically, it's like you don't really need Cali necessarily, but you do need
Read
DMRs.
on the Fenrir now as KDS sits outside of the building, and
I'm out. Tech balls.
Oh, rehost?
fear we might have had a false start. This position that KDS is sitting in is the same position that Dash was in on Wildcard yesterday, and there was a number of tech issues emanating from that part of the stage. I don't know if you watched it.
Yeah, I did. I mean, there's always going to be some issues when you get to the LAN events, Parker. That's why we have to play things on LAN, but we've got the best in the business working on getting these issues resolved, so I've got no fear that this will be a quick pause.
Hopefully, I don't, it seems to be headset related, but hard to tell. For those who don't know how it works, that you actually wear two headsets technically when you're on the stage. You have a pair of in-ears that are used for hearing what's going on in the game, and then over top of it you have that headset which acts as your microphone but also pumps out white noise. It's incredibly important to try and mute the crowd, to try and mute us as well, and there have been instances where LANs have been played with maybe not the greatest of white noise or noise canceling headphones, and after the match, players will say, yeah, I heard you say there's a frost mat there. You don't want that. You don't want that to happen, no.
No, we've got solutions to that, thankfully, on the stage. That's not going to be an issue here in Munich, but always something to worry about.
I played Pro for first 2 years of the game.
Ahead of time, and that's why their job is oh so difficult.
Back in the 1800s.
This support's going to be important too, isn't it, Parker? I mean, the crowd was very animated yesterday for G2 and also for Secret at times as well. We got to hear that European support. Falcons didn't play yesterday. Neither did FaZe Clan. So if there's any brand new Falcons fans coming into the audience who maybe weren't here back on Friday, then this is going to be their chance to give that loud support, be a vocal part of this team, because it matters a lot when you get down to things, when you're in these high pressure moments. Having the crowd behind you can make a huge difference.
It's a baby chant, at least.
What kind of chant is that,
I
dude?
believe Tom Sherlock was doing a bit of crowd directing the other day.
Of course.
I assume he'll be back on the train this time around, doing what he can to get the audience involved.
I mean, you got a nice pun there. Conducting not just the train, but also the orchestra.
There you
He's
go.
a conductor.
He really is. A man of many talents, I've often said.
What do those numbers mean?
Couldn't tell you.
What's that a reference to?
Not sure.
This guy just said fuck
Sure in
face.
this audience on an unrelated
What a coincidence.
note.
What a coincidence.
Well, just unrelated.
What a coincidence.
It's been one of the greatest players that we've ever seen play this game. The original building block of this Falcons core back when they were BDS. It's been a huge part of their international performances.
And yet it hasn't
The
been
yellow
the Shaiko
boots
show
kill
here
you.
for Falcons.
True.
Solotov is having one of the best events that he has ever had in his career. Technically the only non-European player on the team. And why is that, Jesse?
Because he's from the Middle Eastern, Asian part of Turkey. I believe grew up in Izmir, which is on the coast. I mean, it's quite close to Greece. You could make some arguments. But still nice to see that representation from all around the world. These players coming from far and wide just to compete here in Munich. Falcons, again, started as that fully French roster and then branched out to be an international team as soon as they added Solotov and Uzis onto this roster when Eminem kind of blew up a few years ago. And there was a big risk in that, right? A lot of people didn't know how this team would do, communicating in English.
Bro,
having
I
that
want to
big
know how
transition,
this
but
ended up where they
at this
actually
point, I think
brought
it's pretty safe to say they made the right call.
like the yellow
Absolutely.
boots.
Fingers crossed here, but it looks like we are back in the map. So
Yeah, people are yelling Big Dick
Yes, we are.
Shaiko.
There we go.
they're very excited. You can hear it.
Well, we do appreciate your patience getting this match underway, but it's going to be important to make sure everything is right before this critical game. Once again, the winner heads straight to the grand finals on Sunday. We'll have a map veto advantage on the most important game of the weekend.
Oh,
Losers
big
still
dub,
alive, but
bro.
they'll have to go in a very scary game against either M80 or Wildcard at the end of the day
Huge.
today. And
Huge,
with how
huge,
both those NA
huge.
teams have been playing, I wouldn't
I
want to
asked my
No, especially
Ubisoft
Wildcard,
rep
their stunning matchup against
to
G2 yesterday, in which Wildcard
give me
overpowered
to get
the
me a
crowd
code
favorite
from the
among all
major,
teams that competed
and
here.
he came
Now
through.
G2 is gone. I know Stompin's fans, many hearts broken. Doki's fans, many hearts broken over there as well.
So I got my code. So thank you very much to my
Partially
my
wanted the
Ubisoft
G2
rep. I don't know if he wants his
matchup
name
because
said
of
on
the
stream,
Fabian
but
connection. He spent most of his time
appreciate
saying mean
you.
things to Alan on Twitter. Would be nice to see that
Oh,
actually
let's
happen
go.
in
Worked.
this venue.
Big dubs. All
Alas,
right,
it did
cool.
not come to pass. M80 and Wildcard will be up next. Then we will have the
Are they
lower
wearing
bracket final
Curious George boots?
closing
It's
out
because,
the
you know,
day.
we're watching.
One of these teams will have to play
They want me to
an
feel
extra
comfortable.
best of 3. Now, FaZe Clan's already played 3 full maps over Falcons at this point, Jesse. So if it's FaZe Clan who drops down to the lower bracket, that's just going to mean more for Falcons to see, more maps that you're going to have to expose, more stats that you're going to have to give up, strats that you're going to have to give up.
There's a lot of footage already on FaZe Clan, but this is actually the one bomb site where there isn't any footage. FaZe Clan didn't have to attack the bottom floor in their last game up against.
I didn't ask
American team when they
Pisty.
played
No, he would have held it over my head.
Still
Of course I'm not
finding
asking
the
Pisty.
opening pick though, Cyber just inside a library.
You think
Every
Pisty
single
would have
player in this line
ever
is positive
let
team
that
except
down?
for Cyber, and he's about to change that in a hurry. 2 uncontested picks, and he scares off one more as a third could have been had, and not just
When we
those
switch
2
to
picks,
content
but also using
creation,
the boogie drones.
content creation is like
Establish
easier and you
dominance
make your
and
own
have a
schedule,
line
which
of
is
sight.
nice.
Down below, they've got this Falcons defense on the run. The eyes of FaZe will now turn towards the main stairs. Shaiko's playing on that angle, and look at that. Shaiko's actually using those openings to his advantage. If FaZe Clan isn't careful, Shaiko could get a surprise pick and knock off this Brazilian team.
Yeah, Liquefac also trying to do something a little bit aggressive here inside of Trophy on a little bit of a flank. They will be ready for this. They know they haven't cleared this side of the map, and we do see a few FaZe Clan players moving over this direction. Here's the vertical bars you were worried about, Parker. A little damage onto Handy, and it's responded with a death mark. Forces Shaiko out of that position,
I gotta
and now
do
he's got to
this
find
clip.
some other spot to play inside the site. There's really not that many positions with all of these floorboards opened up.
They're just keeping Shaiko on the run down
I can
below,
just,
so he's
the
not
nice part
able to
about
find
content
an
creation is you can
opportunity
stream
back
as much or as
to
little
this
as you
middle
want
floor.
to.
The bomb site is down below though, so Shaiko, if he goes for a flank, would likely do so.
I mean, what they were
very
trying to
late, but I
do
suspect
here
that will come
is
to
like
pass
they didn't
with
ban
40 seconds
Ram, so they're
left
probably,
on
and
the
they
clock.
didn't ban.
Right now, FaZe with all
But they
5
banned
players
Grim
still up, but
Monty.
Shaiko will remove
Nice.
Cyber. A reward
Nice.
for his play earlier. Liquefac is on the board as well. Down goes Handy. It was a formidable entry by FaZe Clan, but through the mid-round has been ended, as now we find
2v2.
these two teams at a standoff.
Defenses have favored here.
As time continues to run against this Faze attack.
They have cams too up on Falcons. Yeah, this would be a Falcons round.
And now it's Souls to trudge into the bomb site, and Brede gets in on the fun as well. Falcons take round one.
And what resilience that is to start off on Chalet. I mean, that was not an easy round to win for the Falcons.
For the time you played pro, you achieved the best thing every team wanted, so you can be really happy with that. Yeah, I agree. And 40 minutes of sleep. Bro, I actually had the worst sleep yesterday because I thought I was going to get great sleep, but my son woke up like twice. Lucky he's cute. Son's Arcane. Son Elders. Yeah, this was the grand finals rematch of Boston.
He had to time that perfectly, and I thought he did so well
with the Invitational.
Again, an excellent entry from Cyber. I was a little worried about him in this game because he hasn't had the hottest tournament. He hit some brilliant shots to start this round, but it just is not enough.
Throw hands even though he's cute. No, he's too cute, man.
He
is honestly so cute.
KD and is the lowest rated player.
He has some hope. He's the hope that he'll have hair.
He's the person that you're going to expect to get more kills than everybody else on the team.
He's the hope for the hair.
His deployment here
because my other son, he is probably has my hair genetics, so he's completely screwed. You've been on Battlefield 6? I haven't played it at all, actually. I just have continued to play Siege. I don't know, Battlefield 6, I talked about it, but it doesn't really interest me. Wife, kids, and my own products? True.
Supporting core on Faze Clan is among the best in the world and one of the best that we've seen in quite some time here in Siege Esports. And if you don't have Souls, if you don't have Vindicator, you don't have KDS, you don't have this Faze Clan.
Well, this push is going to start over on the office side, Parker. You can see them already starting to breach these windows and looking to get inside.
You realize how crazy fucked your genetics are? What do you mean, dude?
Soulless down below. This is his favorite operator to play on this bomb site. He
bald and short.
You
know what? It's okay.
He can be with this operator, but so far hasn't really been able to.
What? I'm not even that short, okay? Bald, yeah, but you know what? You know, you just get a hair transplant. It's not that bad. You guys are haters. That's all it is. Just haters.
You get on your drone, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. So they've got to keep that in the back of their minds. For now, though, clearing through Office, clearing through Piano, Handy on the Blackbeard has found no contests as he just takes that map control for free.
The second time that we'll see the Fenrir on the board. An operator that is
it's weird, they're just giving a map control, honestly.
Taking away one of the most valuable pieces from FaZe Clan's artillery, which is their communication. This is a team that is always talking. They always seem to be in lockstep with one another.
The wife and kids joke.
Or at least a small part.
Dude, that was like a joke for the longest time, and like now it's actually fully true. I mean, I've got 3 kids, dude.
He knows what game Falcons are trying to play.
I mean, the moment that Solus got buffed, every single person with even half a brain in their head said, yeah, Leaky Fac's going to love playing this operator again. And here we are. Speaking of Leaky Fac, he looks for the fadeaway. Solotov and Brede get on the board first, Vidiking all that they can muster, but KDS is in tow. FaZe Clan immediately equalize. FaZe had the first strike in the previous round. It was Shaiko in large part who turned the tides, but now FaZe Clan has flipped the script, and now they've got the upper hand.
Good top control, but the time isn't great, Parker. Only 40 seconds trying to capitalize on this. Vidiking's on the sledge, but you need to save some time for this execute. Good information with these drones, but the mirror windows are still up, and it's going to be
almost
really
forgot. I gotta upload a clip.
Read on the Solus.
I gotta not be lazy.
They'll barge on in. That swings Leaky Fac away, who will now engage with the sledge on that position. No nades in pocket, so this will have to be a dry fight. This will all really hinge on this next point from Leaky Fac, especially now that Brede's been reduced to rubble. The big Frenchman now on the run, on blue stairs, 2 sights trained in his way, and there's just no real way for Leaky Fac to win that. All he can hope for is a successful swing and nobody else there to refrag, but FaZe had 2 players lined up in the same position. There's a reason why these two teams
you
are
know
here, and
what?
my goodness, what a clean round from both squads.
Yeah, it's a textbook execute coming through from FaZe Clan. The desk praised them for their defense.
If you're at the venue, you'll be here soon. Fisty, how was your solo run, buddy? How was your solo run?
Man advantage, but they took their time. 40 seconds. They still found every single player on the drones. They
I've
found
never
those
been to
player
Turkey,
positions,
no.
and then Souls with a defuse kit.
I'm not lactose intolerant anymore. It was amazing no one went yapping. I told you, just go by yourself. I told you to.
Opens up that site. It's that smart late round play coming.
It was amazing no one yapping out fucking bidets in the stock market. Listen, dude, you are just a hater, okay? Certified fucking hater. Literally in Germany, coming in my Twitch chat, hating, and when I don't read it, he literally texts it to me, chat. That's crazy levels of hating right there.
Played in round number 1 by Solitov now, held by Shaiko both times. I do wonder if that might be a prime pick.
Hate watching, literally, dude.
Could be a common ban.
You know what? He's just, you know, he's just busy. He's just busy hating because deep down he likes Qatar more than
You
Oman.
also have to wonder with this new ban format, if Falcons just saving an operator that they want to play.
He actually texted me that he likes Qatar more than Oman.
There's a reason why they don't want to show it for these first 3 rounds so that it doesn't get banned out.
He was trying to get upgraded to first class. He would say anything for the first class upgrade. Frogger, thank you for 26 about 3 sub. Good morning, Father. Good job, Frogger.
We can speculate all we want, but for now, all we can do is wait and see what happens. Phases stack up Jesse at the moment. Concentrated over by Library.
Yeah, and Saltov's done a great job just staying alive. He needs to stay and waste as much time as he can from this position, just playing in the library box, making sure that he's
What class did I fly on? I've been sitting on my chair, the chair I'm in right now. Okay, flying through ranked.
And especially on that scope post. That's not just
My elo is actually crashing.
That second bot will persist somewhere else. Cyber eliminates
Listen,
Shaiko.
chat. Pisty is a fancy business class, first class flyer. I am just a wee economy class flyer, okay?
LeakyFac assesses the situation and drops instead into bar. Now waiting potentially for another drop to be precipitated by this FaZe Clan team, but will not be had. And now LeakyFac will go on a deep run through the entire basement.
Yeah, he's just going to get back to site, Parker. Cyber trying to catch him on the hatch, but he's way too late. Already looking to go up that west.
Oh, Molly?
To the bomb site with your team.
You're thinking of Molly, probably.
From LeakyFac again, wasting more of that time, and they trade out to the 3v3. So numbers advantage won't lean one way or the other. Going to be about opening up this wall and clearing the top floor. They really don't have the important map control. You want to be above this bomb site when you go for your execute, but FaZe Clan, with less than 60 seconds, don't really have that control yet. Vidiking's going to try to use this thermite to open, but that's a massive nitro cell. The wall will stay shut.
Hijack the card and drove to Cali. Oh, Molly.
A devastating blow to FaZe Clan, and the numbers draw.
I gotta finish editing this clip really quickly.
It's going to be a tough way for FaZe to find themselves out of this box that they've now been put in, partially by themselves, but also by the defenders of Falcons. Still looking for a pick on this top floor,
best clip for them,
but unable to find it for the time being. Falcons have completely fallen off, and time will work against this FaZe team as there's some info that's denied by KDS, still pushing up. Falcons will continue to fall farther away. They've given up control of Solarium. Now down they'll go into Trophy. FaZe Clan at dangerous period of time right now. They are in jeopardy of stalling out with under 10 seconds left. Souls will march towards the bomb site. He's gunned down. EFAC is there for insurance. And I think the other players of FaZe have no interest in engaging. Cyber goes for a fruitless swing. He gets picked apart, and it comes down to the bitter moments. But what a hold in the final 40 seconds by Falcons.
Back and forth we go, Parker, and it's been a real mental battle between these two IGLs, Vidiking and LeakyFac, and you can really tell the game is about stalling things out, slowing FaZe as much as possible, so that when you get to that late round, they just don't have any time to execute. LeakyFac once again does an exceptional job at sticking around just long enough to cause some problems, just long enough to stall that push, and then safely get back to the bomb site. Excellent nitro cell in the mid-round too. I mean, that completely threw the plan out the window for FaZe Clan and had to adapt by trying to go up above.
Jesse, did I miss something with why nobody was covering Vidiking when he was trying to get that exothermic charge on the wall? Usually when you see the area over the wall shot out, you have to assume that there's something coming your way.
I think just thought he could avoid it. He was tucked up really close to the wall, right? So he was, in theory, in a safe position. It's quite tough to toss the Nitrocell in such a way that
AI
it does
is
land
not
with
taking
it
over
right
anything,
up into the
chat.
corner.
I'm telling you guys.
That's an insane shot.
There's this thing that like
Here comes
auto
the
builds
Nitro. You can see
captions.
the angle that Bride's got it. He pops it quite early, so it's still just managed
And
to catch the
that
end
like
there. It's a
meta
really nice
made
toss coming through
for their
from the
like
hard
app
support
to
player on the
edit, and
Falcons.
bro, it is actually so terrible.
But again, I really think it does come down
There
to
is
these
no way
IGLs and how
AI is
well they've
taking
been
over
playing.
anything
Likifac is
anytime
currently
soon.
the youngest player in this server, but he's known for an incredible leadership ability. He's so good in these tough moments. We've heard him have some explosive moments for sure with this team, but always able to rein them in when he needs to.
People forget his age because of how young he was when he made his debut. It doesn't help that he looks older than I do. I am old.
You are.
We go through this.
55.
And I don't look a day over 48, so it's great, isn't it? No, I mean it's veteran presence that comes from being somebody who's played for many years.
Like, dude, it's replacing like
he's still,
Breach
in terms of his raw
with
numbers,
Bridge.
quite young.
Yeah.
How do you
Guys
even
like
mess that
Hot and Cold,
up?
too. Hot and Cold is still like decently young, even though he's been playing for almost 10
Robots are gonna
years.
remember I said that, dude. Fuck the robots. Fuck these clankers. They don't, dude. Listen, if you're gonna have these, if you're gonna force AI and everything, at least make it work properly. Shit
These are
blows.
almost the exact same players killing the exact same people as we saw in the previous round.
Yeah, similar positions too. Cyber
No
loves the
way.
front door. But the trades, they just don't stop, Parker. It feels like no matter what, if somebody gets a kill, it is being answered back. And Likifac again, amazing positioning.
4 people dead, and we were 55
Don't force this
seconds into
clanker shit
action.
on me, and then it's not good.
That's a swift
dude.
pace here, and Chalet can be a very explosive map where attackers can set a breathtaking tempo. That has not been the case for Faze Clan. Faze are not always known as being a quick team, especially if they're concerned with multiple layers.
Instead
set
of
up
planting,
by
they're
this
putting
Falcons defenses,
planning.
which from what we've seen through 4 rounds now, Falcons a little bit intricate.
For sure. I mean, this is the round that we saw Falcons win thanks to a big flank from Likifac. It's going to be in the back of the mind of FaZe
So
Clan
dumb,
for
bro. I have to like literally
the
go.
entire rest of this matchup. They're very worried about where Likifac might be, what he might be doing. He's not actually going for a flank this time, at least not yet. Still just sitting inside the basement, but it's going to be putting that fear into the hearts of FaZe Clan, something they have to worry about. Looks like it's going to be a snowmobile execute. Handy wants to get this wall opened up, but look at this. You can't really get through the drone hole because the Goyo canister, the Twitch does.
Dude,
find
they
another
replaced
way in.
door
They
with
clear both the
Dora.
nuke jammer and
How do
the
you
Goyo.
confuse
Allows them to open this left
fucking
panel up, and now the
door
left
with
panel
Dora,
is
like Dora the Explorer?
The bandit can't bandit trick if there's flames down on the ground. So Bride is held at bay. A big part of why you put that Goyo canister there is because it actually blocks.
Like
flames
how,
from
bro?
to get in, and right next to it there's a mute jammer. So even if you can take care of one of them, you've still got the other one there for backup.
I'm telling you guys, AI is not taking over anything. Shut it down, bro. Shut it down. It's a waste.
Inside of connector, Bride finds 2 for his trouble. Now it's KDS trapped on these main stairs.
Like actually just so terrible.
3v1 favoring
How much
Falcons,
did
that
Meta
little yet led up
spend
by the
on
Twitch
AI?
will be
Like
intel for
fucking
Falcons. They
billion?
know
Like,
who's
how many
buying
hundreds
the
of billions
fire.
of dollars for what, dude?
Continues to go. Diffuser out of reach. KDS will need to win this duel on gunfights alone. He has no idea where this Falcons
Oh
team
my gosh, dude,
lays.
this is actually so
3-1
garbage. It's insane.
for Falcons.
An incredible versatility too, Parker. They win that bottom floor bomb site kind of in 2 different ways. One of them comes off a big nitro cell, it comes off a big flank. It's a little bit aggressive coming out from Falcons to win it the first time. And then in round number 4, it's just good old-fashioned solid anchor play coming out from particularly Bride, who has been so good in that position. 5-1 will remain his stat line, and that's been a key focal point of his game ever since he joined this team years ago, Parker. He's really good at just staying alive. Of all the players in the tournament, he's the only person who stays alive in over half of the rounds that he plays. It's a ridiculous stat that he's managed to maintain deep into this tournament. With
Okay.
how this game has been going, it doesn't look like it's falling apart anytime
I'm not even joking. Like out of like 30 captions, it did like 3 correctly.
I remember the days when Bride playing on that old Supremacy roster.
Robot trying to fight people in a crowd in
One of the
China.
best.
Bro, one of the funniest videos that I've ever seen. I mean, it's not like one of the funniest, but it was pretty fucking funny. Did you guys ever see there's like, I actually have like, I don't think I've ever really watched this stream, but I saw a clip of like Kai Cenat, and they like bought one of those robots and they were beating the shit out of it. It was so funny,
Because of that,
dude.
I think Bride fell down the, not the depth chart, but I would call it the sexy chart. The sexy chart is when it is no longer sexy to talk about somebody who becomes too popular. Now you go out of your way to find the other supports who don't get talked about. but then eventually the cycle just repeats. And I think we're getting back to the point now where Bride is being perfectly rated by most teams.
Yeah.
He hasn't exactly been as flashy, but that's because there is more depth on this Falcons team than there was on previous iterations on the squads he's been on. So Bride doesn't need to do as much, but when he's asked to do it, you still need to hold your breath if your team is the one playing against him.
When the majority of your career is
Well
spent
done.
sitting next to Shaiko, it's tough to get some of the
It's
spotlight,
actually
but he
so
does need to be
uncanny.
highlighted 'cause he is so talented.
Dude, it was just, I'm telling you, I want to buy, those robots too are such a gimmick, it's crazy. You know, I actually know someone who has one. They bought one. Dude, they paid like fucking 50 grand for one of them.
To outshine them,
And
has done, that's pretty fantastic.
they have it at like their offices and shit like that. It basically just walks around like a stupid fuck and like does nothing of actual value.
The office part of the map very early. They don't have that Blackbeard this time around. Handy's choosing the Lion this time.
It's literally just meant as like a thing to like, I don't know, for like clients to like look at and be like, wow, they have a fucking humanoid robot.
He loves the operator in this position, and Shaiko in a bit of an aggressive spot too, just on the hallway door.
Go Falcons.
For KDS, but gets away without any damage.
Falcons is on defense though, remember, so this is like a slightly defender side of map, I would say.
Very quickly in most of these rounds, but
Okay,
to their credit, Falcons has been quite adept at.
All right, I had to like go through that stuff.
Taking down a player who did kind of pick up the mantle from Bride of best support in the world, which
That was very annoying.
That's your primary hard breach in the ground. No follow up. KDS's gun strikes. Down goes Leaky Fack. No hard breach at all remaining on the side of Faze.
Another big flank from Ligafac. It's going to do a really good job of slowing down this push. They got to use their other utility now to get in and get space.
And This will strike next. It's not just one, but two. Shaiko dies at the hands of Handy. Solitar's been dropped as well. Faze Clan, despite suffering through this, have been
Triple
so
kill on
close
use this.
in striking distance from Falcons. KDS cannot be tracked
Honestly,
down.
he's so
Disappointing as last
low.
man
And
standing.
in 2v1, no
Two
chance.
pairs of eyes from Falcons lined up.
I'd be
looking at
shocked if
different
he
door
actually
frames.
wins this.
KDS still waiting. He's time to go on to drone here. He gets intel on the Malusi now, just needs to figure out where the next fight is. Walking in, slowed down by the
He's
Banshee,
done.
and of course it's Bride, the man we spoke about before the round even started. 4-1 for Falcons through this first half. One more round to go before the side swap.
There's almost nobody better you'd rather have as an anchor position. He's so good in that spot, Parker. And again, it's a great round from Falcons to be able to play with their opponents a little bit. Sometimes we've got a huge flank from Likifac, which draws the attention. Sometimes he's just sitting in the site, doing what he can to help out his teammates in the late round. But you're always
Article
guessing
was
his
2016
face
so that
range.
women
You
be
can't
having
just, like,
sex with more
dedicate one
robots
guy
than men by
constantly to watching the
2025.
flank, 'cause he might not
Yeah,
even be
bro, it's because
moving in that
there's
round
all these
anyway,
like
and it just
dumb
ends up being a
art. Like
waste
I
of
don't know,
operator
man.
almost as good as a kill.
That I feel like
So
that was just
FaZe
like probably a
Clan put in this
clickbait
really
article.
awkward position where Likifac is
They love
playing
cutting that
mind games with him.
Blackbeard.
Will
Yeah,
I be
they've been
behind
doing
you?
it
Will I be in the bomb
nonstop.
site? They need to get a handle on where this guy is playing because right now it's completely slowing down their pushes and it's not allowing them to get to those executes.
For a team that's been so good on the entry, it is quite striking that they aren't able to do much more in the mid-round with that advantage. I do think a lot of it comes down to the way that Falcons respond. It has not been uncommon for Falcons to have one or two semi-unsupported roamers playing on their own. That's exactly what Leaky Fack was doing in the previous round. He managed to walk away with the kill there, but he loses that 50-50, and suddenly we become a lot more critical. Suddenly we become a lot more critical of the way that Falcons are playing.
Yeah, just like a tablet. You went to a Lions game the other day. It was awesome. Nice.
Faze's map.
I have not been to a Lions game.
You've got the feelings, you've got the
And like,
vibes.
I think the last time I went to a Lions game was like legitimately like probably 10 years ago, maybe like 7-8 years ago.
Every single attacking round
Definitely
that they
like
played in that
pre-pandemic.
matchup. Now they started defense, so it was only 3 for 3, but they're not hitting 3 attacking rounds up against Falcons, that's for sure. So their defenses will need to be sharp when they move on to that second half. As the desk said, this is an amazing defending team, arguably the best defending team in the world, but Chalet is not a map where defenders tend to be favored. It can be really advantageous for the attacking team. So I think this is an important round for FaZe Clan to get. A 4-2 half is still doable. A 5-1 feels out of reach.
Remains to be seen what will happen here in these dying moments of the first half. A heck of a time for a Clash to make her debut.
It's a crazy atmosphere. It's unreal now. I don't know, dude. I just haven't really
In fact, was originally posted up, but he's moved away.
Changing mags.
I don't know. I just like really haven't been.
Over towards Piano, but nobody,
Maybe one of these days. Maybe.
Shaiko on the run.
Yeah, he's playing on the other side of it. There's multiple windows being held, so he's got to be really careful. Could be someone below, too. The air jab actually hits the clash, a couple of them coming through, but Licky Fat can't be capitalized on, and here come the frags.
Oh my goodness, 2 uncontested strikes into the heart of FaZe Clan, and it will continue to go in favor of Falcons now as Shaiko, an uncharacteristically quiet first half. Brede has won as well.
Yay, Clash is so fun. I'm so glad of the Clash rework.
Falcons flawlessly win their 5th.
This game's looking out of reach, Parker. That's what I meant. FaZe
I mean, I
Clan
don't
now
blame the
massive
teams for
deficit
using
in the
it, but
second
just
half, and honestly, that's the worst round
why?
they've played so far. Falcons in full control to end out that final defense that we saw from them. Last couple operator bans will come through as we do swap the side. We really got to see what these
Thermite
players are made
shield.
of.
I already
This
told you
next
what's going to
half is
happen. I'm
gonna
going
be
to
up to
destroy my
FaZe Clan to
setup and
bring this
uninstall
one
the
back from
game.
the brink. They did their best to stop that Clash, Barker. They were tossing the air jabs at him, but at the same time, I mean, it was just pushing him deeper into the bomb site. He wasn't actually exposed to any angles as he died to those air jabs, and so it just felt like Falcons were doing a great job of capitalizing on picks elsewhere around the map. I will remind you that FaZe Clan lost map 1 of the 6th Invitational Grand Finals, and they still managed to pull it back 3 straight up against
No, I
this
need Falcons
team,
to just
but
win right
it's
now.
a different environment, it's a
I want
different
my
situation,
MP5
and it doesn't mean it's gonna
skin.
be easy to do it again.
Okay, cool.
No timeouts.
Sorry, I had to upload my clip of the day. I hadn't done it yet because I went to bed early yesterday and I didn't want to upload it at like in the middle of the night. I haven't even watched any Lions games, dude. I've had like no time.
But with the way Falcons have played,
I've had literally no time.
So much of this game. Maybe it's just because of the side they were on, and maybe we will see some very pronounced struggles from Falcons now that they're attacking Jesse, but there hasn't been much to give me that impression. So if Falcons win the first attack, that's a 6.
Lions vs Eagles Sunday.
FaZe is calling their
Ooh.
timeout with only maybe 3 minutes left in the match.
Yeah, it's going to be really scary when that does come along. For FaZe Clan,
They beat the
very
Vikings,
confident in
right?
Defenses. That's what this says to me, right? We know that we can play well on our D. We don't need to call attack timeout yet. We don't feel like it's the mental getting away from us. We can still
I didn't even
lock things
watch.
down. The nice thing is they don't have to worry about
You still haven't got your MP5 skin? I'm 1 point away.
Powerful players that we saw on the Falcons.
Looks like
They're
someone
able to do
pissed on the
exactly
stage
same thing.
is
Brede can't just
crazy.
sit inside the anchored position anymore. Licky Fat can't go for those big flanks. That's what these players do best. And now FaZe Clan, by forcing them onto the attack, will get a little bit of a different look at things. They started a top floor, a bomb site that we didn't see Falcons go to. And sometimes a tough bomb site to hold when you don't have that zombie available. They will have the castle, but ought not to bring it in this round. Double shield banned up against Falcons, so the players that we see on the shields off.
They go to an esports game than a Lions game. You don't get why people enjoy watching other people give each other concussions like the Gladiator arena minus the death. Honestly, it's not violent enough for me. If someone's not dying, whether it's digitally or actually, I'm not fucking going. You're not getting my hard-earned dollars.
First look at a Grim as well as the operator goes unbanned through the first quarter of this second half. Cyber on the board, Shaiko the only kill that Falcons can muster at this point in time. Shaiko missing an opportunity on the Souls. There goes Brede. And a big gamble, but domination by FaZe Clan as they just need to find the case and hop on it. It took a little bit of time, but Andy finally got to it.
Well, I knew the Lions won because Colin is a Vikings fan, and he would have like quite literally never shut up if they actually won. And the fact that he didn't say anything means that the Lions won.
Really hard to gain a lot from just a single round like that.
For sure, but it shows that FaZe Clan aren't rattled after the first 5-1 half. You know, they don't panic when that defuse kit goes down. They play their positions. They expect something like that to happen. And Souls really does make the game-winning play there. He flanks up the solar stairs, battles Shaiko, wins this gunfight. So important. A lot of players will be focused on the planter when they walk up those solar stairs. They would be tunnel visioned on stopping the guy who's putting the defuse kit on the ground. But he knows Shaiko's in bathroom, so he watches for that position first.
You know
wins
ball.
The first duel, wins the
Okay,
second.
bro.
It's a really nice flank.
Listen,
coming
I
out
know
from Souls.
Siege.
I mean, that's what they're
I have
gonna
that
rely
going
on,
for
right,
me.
to win this second half. It's their strong defensive players. Souls has the best defensive kill death ratio.
Vikings
in
in
the
a crucial
entire
game,
tournament
lowest
right
pool of
now.
Vikings. Pretty
186
much,
coming
dude.
in just on the defensive side from him. It's kind of the only stat that Saltov is not in first place for, given how good Saltov has been. So if that's their one edge, if that's their one advantage, FaZe Clan really needs to be relying on that.
And the funny thing is on this Falcons team, their top fraggers are their 3 lowest rated players heading into this best of 3. It's Solitov, then Shaiko, then all the way down to Brede. Then you got Uzis and Leaky Fac at the very bottom. But again, all of these players are positive. All of them have good ratings. It's like it's basically a situation where, like, well, somebody has to be last, even if you are a terrific player. But it's those lower ranked players on Falcons that have shown up today. We have barely said Solitov's name. There's been 1 or 2 rounds where we mentioned Shaiko.
What's up, Panda? I have Falcons winning this game.
Yeah.
He's been held to 2 kills since then. So Falcons seeing that supporting cast carrying a lot of the weight, just as we've seen.
The water bill for the city is increasing.
Well, it shows the depth on this squad, right? They're all so talented on this Falcons team. They don't need to rely on one individual, and that's why they're up 5-2 on Chalet. Now, this first push is looking to come solar side, Parker. The bomb site's all the way in barn game, so there's a lot of map to clear. This is still going to be a multi-dimensional push coming out from Falcons. They dodge a C4 and they find Handy, a huge
Bro, this is...
solar repel.
And there was a push down from Trophy as well. That's where the gridlock sat. So you had no choice but to try to get out of there. Handy could not hang around. He would die from either the main floor or the floor above. That's just a rock in a hard place.
He knows he's playing a death spot there. He knows he's unlikely to survive from that position. A little unfortunate his nitro cell doesn't land, so he doesn't take one with him, but still delayed a decent bit of time. Now it's going to be on these other extended players. Cyber down inside a kitchen. The Mez player being played here with KDS. These are the guys you need to step up.
Solitov's got a good read on one over towards Library, and we'll see him for a second, but this will be a tough reflex test. Solitov's reflexes have not been the sharpest today, at least not from what we've seen of him through much of this major, so he decides not to take the engagement. He'll fall off, maybe link up with the rest of his team.
You have 12 points. Well, this time around, I actually did something different. For my predictions, I just voted for who I wanted to win.
Yeah, they've got still most of their players up on the top floor. We've got Uzis and Soltov on the ground floor trying to work towards that fireplace part of the map, but really the push is going to come through Piano. This is where we see Shaiko.
Megatron's doing autographs. Oh, cool.
You've got KDS.
This is Faze's map pick, yeah.
Fortified spot behind some shields, and then that Library stair is so strong too.
They've still got
I believe they did, at least if I remember. Pretty sure it's Faze's map. I'm almost positive it is.
Leaky Fac a little bit of time finishing on the board, but he's traded out immediately.
They're on match point, basically. This round's pretty much over.
4v2 with just a little bit more than 30 seconds on the clock. They have presence both on that top floor and the main floor, so now Cyber and
You had Shopify.
Cyber, the first one tasked with this. Sees the shoulder peek from Uzis, but cannot land the shot, so he retreats to the bomb site. And now it's Souls firing away, but at a disadvantage. Falcons at the high ground. Birds often do. Map point for Falcons.
Falcons have been outclassing their opponents on FaZe Clan's pick. They look so good in that round, Parker. Start to finish, they clear off the most aggressive roamer. They take the map control that's been afforded to them, and they slowly push into those players one by one.
Só jogou a forma bem lentinha de se jogar, tá ligado? O domínio e tal, não sei o quê. Então a avançadora provavelmente vai vir a...
Okay, I feel like most people thought Shopify would make a decent run, bro.
Tu já tá desbloqueando esse cara, certo?
Não, metade menos, que eu vou fazer a habilidade.
Ah, tá, vamos abrir lá.
Who understands Portuguese?
Só cuidado então com a jaqueta, que o Vitor não vai estar lá, o cara pode pela jaqueta, fechou?
Vai ter que quebrar antes.
Ah, o cara vai quebrar. No bombo do bar, a gente tenta fazer o hand peitar um pouco mais ali em cima. Tá, só que em vez de tu peitar nesse cara animal, peita realmente pra suíte, porque é um lugar que os caras estão com um pouco mais de dificuldade pra jogar.
Why am I not in Europe? I didn't get invited to this event, so I'm just streaming it from home.
Mais o banheiro, fechou? Se o cara pegar o rapel lá, junto com o KD. Vambora.
One thing that we heard yesterday was whenever the timeouts would happen and it was an opposing team, the crowd would get loud and start yelling and shouting. They attempted that today. I guess they're maybe saving it for the subsequent matches, but I mean, we can't really understand what's being said.
Well, I mean, it's an important moment nonetheless, right? I mean, Rafadal, the head coach of FaZe Clan, needs to get his guys back in this game down 6-2. This is one of the most important jobs of a coach, is how do you get your team back on the right track after things have gone so horribly wrong, as they have.
I mean,
here
they're
in
playing
Chalet.
like garbage right now.
To see
FaZe
what
is like
Clan
completely
going
screwed.
forward is a little bit more team play, playing together. The trade game from Falcons has been lights out today. And there were rounds on the attack where it was good for FaZe Clan too. But that first defense that we saw, it really wasn't there. They were far too spread across the map, and they weren't able to trade each other, play as a unit. You're up against one of the best teams in the world. You're not going to be able to outfrag these guys individually, certainly not for 5 rounds in a row. This needs to be where you step up.
I will say the mid.
I mean, FaZe is also pretty good at fragging.
They're able to get 2 swift kills and keep numbers.
Good thing you bet on Falcons. So did I. Well, I put my prediction on them. Whatever. I don't bet on any teams or anything.
They've still been putting up a good fight in many of these rounds, but there hasn't been a lot of overall good on the side of FaZe. Falcons have looked terrific through a lot of these rounds. But
You were really hoping that Stompin won yesterday so you could keep reminding me that he was 9 when I won invite. That still actually made me legitimately feel really old. Like, I know I always talk about that I'm like really old and stuff, but no joke, I actually felt legitimately like old as fuck. I should move my camera up a little bit, probably.
So the overall map pool looks good for FaZe Clan, but right now Falcons are saying we don't care
Better?
where we go, we're the better team, and they are showing it here on FaZe's map.
Yeah, there's no GG go next here.
You guys could see the stats and stuff like that a little better this
every
way.
single round, and that's what FaZe Clan will be doing here. Lots of map control still being held. They haven't really gotten a lot of the control back on the side of Falcons. But
Well, I mean, I think
They hack
Falcons
some of
wins
these cameras.
this.
They try to get some of this intel with their drones. That first logic bomb they
So I wanted Falcons to win this because of Julio. I love Julio.
But the Castle of Cyber is there to assist. A straight vault in. They've managed to pin down this trophy stairs player. He will go all the way back up, but Solotov collects him. Looking for a big round from the Turkish Terror as he's been held off the score sheet. He's doing an awful lot of damage, but not able to secure. Remember, Jesse, it's always faster to swap to your sidearm than to go for a reload. Solotov understood that.
Still no control up above, though. He's in a really tough spot and gets traded out by Cyber.
Solotov wanted that engagement earlier on. Cyber, though, living for so long inside of Kitchen. The final logic bomb will go off to pin down these FaZe Clan defenders, many of whom are above. Cyber
They got the site player.
And now FaZe has to determine, do we try to retake this bomb site? Do we just play the hatches and use the vert?
Listen, chat, he does his best, okay? He's literally, I don't know, Intero's like gold at best.
If FaZe tries to retake that trophy portion of the map.
60 seconds was a very long time for FaZe Clan to try to stop those defuse kits from going down. They gotta kind of do something to get the momentum back on their side.
Oh, Brede, how do you get so lucky? As he manages to avoid Vidaking's wrath, the Nitro Cell will go out. And
oh, that almost hit him.
Wasting a lot of time, keeping their attention. All the while, the rest of Falcons.
Yeah, this is over, bro.
Soul's dead. KDS and Vidaking, the last two standing. They'll
Wrap
do some
it up.
damage to Shaiko. Uses getting diffuser down. Brede still hanging on, and it's Vidaking to also die to Brede on the window.
Every time Intero opens his mouth, you hear the Soviet national anthem.
Flying mighty high. FaZe Clan chose map 1, and Falcons said, all right, thanks for that. 7-2 for Falcons as they're up 1-0 now, about to stare down.
Dude, I'm so pumped right now, chat. My wife is making me a sandwich, a turkey croissant sandwich with mayo and like all the fixings and stuff like that. And it's not even like lunch meat turkey. Like she made a full turkey the other day, and then it's like leftover from that. Well, it's a best of 3, so you know you're gonna get. Next map, I'm like blanking out what was the next map. It'll show it in a sec. Homemade mayo? No, the mayo's not homemade. Has anybody played that game Grounded before? That game actually looked fun. You live in Michigan as well? Nice, dude. Yeah. I am born and raised in Detroit. Excited for this croissant sandwich though, dude. I haven't eaten yet today, so I had a glass of apple cider. That's all I've had today. Got 5 minutes. I grew up in Canada then. No. Pretty much though, dude. Detroit is I mean I could be in Canada in like 30 minutes if I really want to be. I could take if I take the tunnel, literally I could be in Canada, including crossing time within 30 minutes. I actually need to go to Canada again. I haven't been to Canada in a minute. And there's there's supposed to be some like really crack like Chinese dumpling place, like right, or it's I think it's Taiwanese dumplings. It's either Taiwanese or Chinese. I forgot. If I ever crossed the border when I was younger to drink? Oh, all the time. Yeah, literally constantly. I used to go like all the fucking time. Yeah, so it's a really common thing for people that are in Detroit, because the drinking age in Canada is 19, so people used to just go there and like 20 people would split a hotel room, and everybody would like drink all night and stuff like that because it was like legal there, and then in the morning everyone was sober, they'd come back across the border. Well, thank you, Danny. Big stomping. Would the border guards know? I mean, yeah, I'm sure they do. You know, like, not for nothing. How many people that are like 19 years old exactly, car full of people going to Canada? What are you staying for? Visiting overnight. Okay, dude. I mean, they're gonna know, but I mean, at least back then they didn't care. I mean, from what I know, they still don't really. They can't. The thing is, they can't like really do anything, because even if you say like, "Oh, I'm going over the border to drink," I mean, it's legal there, right? You go there, you drink. As long as, you know, when you come back, you're like sober, which everybody is and stuff like that, right? Then, you know, it doesn't really matter. So, I mean, I don't think they like actually really care very much, but I still remember, though, we did get stopped at the border one time because, God, dude, he's ripped. I wouldn't even call him a friend. He was a person who volunteered to drive, and he was like blasting music when we were like going through like the border crossing thing, and they pulled us over, and they went through his like entire car. Just because he was being, like, obnoxious. Like, they took his seats out and shit. Like, they were going crazy. And I was like, well... And I even told him, too. Like, I didn't know him super well, but I'm like, bro, just, like... Why are you being an idiot, obnoxious idiot right now? Just, like, turn the music off. Like, when you're... Be respectful. You know, just, like, go over there. Say we're going to visit for the day. You know, or coming back tomorrow. And that's it. You go over. Never had a problem before. Nope, he has to, like, blast music and shit like that. An idiot. Well, that's it. You get your car tossed. Congratulations, you're a fucking moron. But yeah, that guy was something else. That is for sure. Something else. Definitely did not enjoy hanging out with him ever. He was like friends with one of my other friends who like and he used to kind of always like bring him along places. I'm like, do we have to?
We expected them to do all they did. We got a lot of kills in the attack. And repete a última frase.
E a gente demorou pra fazer alguma coisa.
And we took a little too long to do something.
What's going on, Real Badine?
Do you understand, like, the fact that the only thing that separates you from the grand final is only one map?
One map right now.
Pressure on myself right now. No, yeah, we did good map.
Bro, you can't stop putting pressure on them. I need them to win for my points. I don't want them to crack mentally, bro. Please.
I think Faze needs this, to be honest.
Okay, give it to them.
Please.
No, just kidding.
Who will will sink and who will swim? And now, out of map number 1,
I want them to win,
definitely
dude,
heated up. That
please.
snow was all over the place, and Likefak specifically.
It's on Scruffy. You're grinding to get level 50. No, I really want Falcons to win. I want
Shaco gets an initial pick, but who's on the mirror?
I want Julio to get the dub.
To get backstab, it's Likefak. Likefak bringing rounds back again and again, especially in the early rounds. I think, Jack, it sets the pace for everything in this matchup.
Yeah, I think so. It really turns the tide on the momentum. I think we said it there, didn't we, Leo? That after 5 rounds, it should have been strategically maybe even 4-1 to FaZe Clan, but Likefak and his ability to have the mid-round shot calling, the mid-round adaptation, but what makes him unique is the ability to put those kills on the board himself as well.
They'll 100% win. I mean, you don't know, dude. Things can change a lot from map to map. Things can change heavily from map to map.
Nothing can be done here on site, and they close out the round. And that kept on happening early round. If you pay attention, that was round 1, round 3, round 4, another 3v4. Look at Likefak getting aggressive, getting that pick. And initially, he was the one that traded the first kill. Likefak is the main hero of that roster. Not only the in-game leader, but also the one that brings the rounds back. And he's the main reason why Falcons displayed the best gameplay I've seen of them in a long time in that first map.
We get
that was actually very clean, I will say. If they play like that, it's over.
He is actually the heartbeat of it. When he is on it, there are very few teams that will ever stop this team when they're playing off the back of his collar.
I feel like, I mean, just traditionally, Falcons have always choked the finals, unfortunately.
All over the place, but that was map number 1. We'll talk about our second one and more after the break.
I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but it'd be cool to see them win. But, I mean, they just traditionally haven't been super hot. It's for the Invitational. Pretty good song and vibe. Yeah. The Invitational is going to be crazy this year, I feel like. I mean, hopefully it is. It's the 10-year anniversary, so it better be. It better be at this point, right? Well, hopefully I get invited to that one. We'll see. Hopefully we get invited to Paris. That'd be cool. I also, too, when I went to Paris, I had a very good time in Paris. And everybody was super nice. Like, I know people always talk about that, like, you know, oh, you know, people are rude in Paris. And I really did not experience that, honestly. I had a very good time there. Everybody was extremely nice and pleasant. And, like, you know, I didn't speak French at all or anything. They were all really understanding of that. And, you know, I don't know. Maybe I just got lucky. On Valentine's Day, yeah. I don't know why the Invitational is literally on Valentine's Day like every year. But I mean, normally me and my wife, we like, or whatever the, you know, games are there before me, but me and my wife will celebrate. We don't celebrate on Valentine's Day anyway. Like, we'll celebrate from home on Valentine's Day, but we celebrate like, you know, before or after, like whatever, you know, either one really. Normally, if I'm gone for the Invitational or something like that, because it's sometimes around that time, then we'll do it after. If the games are going on before, like during that, then I'll just, you know, we'll do it before. I don't know. It just whatever. It just honestly, going out on Valentine's Day is a scam.
Struggles with communication and lack of information. Did you do something about that?
Assim, tivemos problemas em continuar o round por causa de comunicação, mas vamos consertar esse erro aí pro próximo mapa.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a lot of problems with communication and keep it going during the round, but we fixed it for the next map. What you can tell us about what we are about to see in Lair?
I think Chalet was a bit of a surprise for both teams, to be honest. Was not that close, but they're really good on Lair, so we expect a good game and we have a good mindset, you know, like it's not over yet. Let's be focused and that's it first.
You heard it here first from the ex-world champion, now coach of Team Falcons, Julio. Chalet is behind it. We head into Lair, and look at that. Team Falcons are starting off on the defense. The pressure is all on FaZe Clan. What can they do to bring it back?
Well, FaZe had everything in that first map. They had the control initially, they had the opening kills. The main thing is keeping that momentum. Whenever they get that opening kill, freeze and get ready for the aggression and punish it.
Yeah, control's the key word. Can they control their own pace? Can they control their opponent's aggression and ultimately control the strategy?
I mean, this is Falcons map, and they're very good at Cafe. They're probably one of the best Cafe teams in the world.
Gentlemen, we are set and ready to go. Our casters are ready. Our match is set. It's Falcons FaZe map 2.
I mean, you know, there's always potential for you know, choking and stuff like that, but hopefully not.
Will Falcons make all the years of work that they've done once again realize another grand final? They have been here so many times, and yes, the desk did say very briefly Falcons' goal is to win SI in France, but why not start by winning a major first? It would be a huge boon for this team. Falcons load in as the favorite. This is their map. They destroyed FaZe Clan 7-2. Do you think they have what it takes to emerge with a 2-0?
Well, listen, Parker, the hometown heroes are going to be the favorites here in this EU arena, going on to their own map pick, but Julio said it. This is a good map for FaZe Clan. They are strong when it comes to Lair. They have a 3-1 record this stage, only dropping it to M80 last week, and they got revenge by beating M80 on the rematch. So they're very proficient at playing this Lair map, especially domestically inside of South America. For Falcons, though, it's a bit of a different beast.
Oh, it's Lair.
They were on a 6-game
Oh,
win
yeah,
streak
that's right.
for Lair until it was broken by G2 8-7 earlier on in this event, but that
Losing
is
my
still an
mind.
incredible 6-1 record being held by
I looked at it as
European
Cafe,
squad.
but that must be like
We
the
will jump
cider.
on
I don't
into
know.
Lair, a
That was
place
weird.
where
Maybe
the
that was the
villains
bands. I
shouldn't
honestly
have
was
the
like,
edge, but
I'm
I mean,
trying
I
to
think the
do two
heroes of
things at
Falcons
once,
are gonna
so
be a little bit more favored.
that's probably on me.
Nothing crazy in the operator bands quickly here, Parker. We've got a heavy
Faze does start
focus
on defense,
wall
though.
being brought out by Falcons. They want to make sure they can open the walls at all costs. They banned out the bandit.
It was
they banned out the
bugged?
Kaid.
Okay,
At the top
so
of
it
the
was a
screen,
bug.
Cyber is
I'm not
already
losing my
doing his
marbles
best to
then.
make sure they still can't get that hard breaching done. Using the mirror windows, not to fortify a defensive position, but instead using both of them to try to keep those mask walls closed, making it very difficult sometimes for
not
FaZe
losing my
Falcons
marbles.
to open that up. We'll have to do it with some ranged hard breach. That
Denari
ace from
pick
Salta
chat.
will likely be
Denari, see, people hate on Denari. He's actually very good. He's very, 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 very
It's nice to
good.
see Lair get so much play across all regions. You and I got, as you mentioned, a front row seat to a lot of FaZe Clan playing on this map in South America. They were, for some time, one of the most formidable teams here. The newest map added to the map pool. Dare I say it, the largest map in the map pool. And it really does all come down to this for FaZe Clan. They have to show that despite it's not their choice, that they're still quite experienced and practiced. And how do all the other teams in Brazil that they've run up against on Lair stack up against Falcons.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting clash of regions for sure. We get to see exactly what FaZe Clan are made of on an international level. Starts with Falcons taking ops control, and that doesn't really take too much time. They managed to get that without too many issues. With Cyber placing his mirror windows inside the bomb site, that's likely going to be where the bulk of that hold ends up being. FaZe Clan want to
So they're doing like a Sky R6 room take.
This has already been breached at this point.
And they're just they're probably just gonna hold op over here just for pressure.
Last 2 H charges to Saltov, get good value, and there's the first one on the outer wall.
They're running no denial because they banned both Bandit and Cade.
The highest rated player here at the event, the lowest rated player on the side of Falcons.
They should have at least put a jammer on it if they're gonna add the mirror. Unless they're just, you know, expecting it to get broken anyway or messed up. They may not care. They're smarter than me, so.
They've now got Shaiko hunting down souls, so that's some more information, but there goes the death.
Shaiko is such a deadly Deimos, dude.
This is the last Selma. It's important that this one does open up everything that you can. It starts to go off on the wall. Mirror window doesn't look like it's going to get popped. They will
oh, yeah. I apologize. I had two
Open the
predictions.
second one, the Kiba locks it right back up. So that's going to be a really nice denial of the breach from FaZe Clan, forcing Saltov to the door.
I'll do a 2-minute prediction on this one, so this way it doesn't go past this round.
For the time being, FaZe Clan not giving him a single thing. Now it's Leaky Fact moving up. Can hear those bees going off, but right now Falcons coming up empty-handed. This is a great defense from FaZe Clan. All this utility being used, and it's not finding anything on the side of Falcons.
No DMRs to break these Kibas. I mean, you could shoot them, but you're just gonna get swung.
Shaiko playing in the bathroom, but he's got a tussle with KDS.
KDS has lived in this position
luck
by
too.
display for
Luck is a big thing. Huge factor.
Compelled to move anywhere else. Kiba barriers being thrust towards the doorway in the final moments, and now the fire will go. Souls out of his position, masterfully coordinated. Solotov collecting that kill. Down goes Souls. Solotov looking for another.
15 seconds.
Holding the defuse kit. 10
They
seconds Solotov finds a double. Now it's up to Cyber.
They do have a mirror downstairs at the C4. So as long as they have
around these Kiba barriers, losing out on time. Vidiking and Cyber will play the clock so perfectly. And the stall through the mid-round.
We didn't really get to see it, but dude, he just slaughtered everybody with smoke.
With plenty of players still alive, and yet FaZe takes the round.
And Vidiking, like a ghost, he sneaks through that bomb site, Parker. He managed to get behind that entry player. Saltov had made his mark into the bomb site. He'd pushed forward, he'd gotten a couple of kills, but with that smoke grenade that was tossed out early in the execute, Vidiking was able to sneak back in behind the desk, behind those Kiba barriers, down not one, but 2 players, including the guy planting the defuse kit. That was an expert move coming out from the captain of Vidiking. We saw a lot of incredible movements from Lickyfact. The desk highlighted how good he was on.
Dude, those are such European water bottles, by the way. Yeah, you know what's so weird in Europe? The water bottles, the cap is connected to the water bottle.
Being a losing effort. Just like we saw through so many of these Falcons games, it was Shaiko and Solotov leading the way round after round, well supported by the other 3 players on the team.
Team got absolutely. You hate it so much, yeah, dude.
If the guns will have swapped on the side of Falcons.
Why is that a thing? It's everywhere in Europe, dude, that I've ever been. They have like
these
weird water bottle caps that like get attached, like they're like attached. Very strange.
FaZe Clan outfit.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna chew on?
Skinner
I mean,
is very
you could.
Important. You all have to wear your requisite team skins.
Yep.
Or gun skins, or banners, or whatever.
Frankly, it's on some powerful operators. Of course, Handy here on the Valkyrie is going to be really important.
That's
for
trash.
That information as the garage.
I mean, I guess people are degenerates and they just like litter, but I mean, I don't know.
Don't want to spend a ton of time
At least by me, everybody just throws the water bottle with the cap on it into the garbage or ideally recycling, right?
Through warehouse, get this space horizontally on the map, and then make a push in through missile and lockers. They're going to have to go up against these Valkyrie cameras. There's going to be dread mines here put up by Vidiking as well. It seems like Vidiking might be the first point of contact, playing just inside of electrical, but they've got a couple different ways they can take this. Handy's not too far off either.
A very slow execute by Falcons in the previous round, largely because of FaZe answering them, and that utility from Falcons not going as far as they would have hoped. Now it's the Blackbeard of Brede underwatch from Vidiking. He does it all himself. And it's a trade back. Uses die. Cyber also on the board.
Come on, Falcons. Save my predictions. You just rip it off. Well, that's what I do too. I
still
just
to
rip
go.
the cap
I told
off, but
you
it's
about
still
those dread lines
annoying.
In the site, Parker, Vidaking is so good, and another big round coming out from him. Didn't technically get any of the kills last round because it ended on time, but he's had incredible impact to start this game. Cyber has shut down that roam clear on the top floor too, so it's really forced Falcons' hand. They now need to go all in on the basement.
Changing max. And it doesn't look like
Vidaking
whether
is
they're
frying.
Go all in or not, it's going to amount to much. FaZe Clan bullying this Falcons team every step of the way. Solotov on the board with a nice shot. Now he'll run into the next. And that's Vidaking using that same F-mine that you talked about to strike fear into these players on Falcons, and very quickly phases off to a 2-0 start.
Yeah, no, great couple of rounds coming in once again from Vidaking. I fear, Parker, that EML fans have a bit of a tendency to throw around the word king. We'll get attack first.
No, just kidding. I think just pin mirror next and just do it. I think the problem right now is just we are wasting too much time opening walls, you know? To pin mirror, we open walls instantly.
We went so much.
I would do the same, to be honest. I think we can play him as well. Okay, we can play mute, and then we're gonna waste more time opening walls, but then we bring more Zek, okay? They're playing full turtle, top floor, and they play more, we take garage, they can do this on bunks as well, just watch out, but for us...
The one on your name
the
is you
problem
predicted
like,
Falcons
at the same
to
time,
win.
you know? Like, you're trying to open the wall, and then Breed is pushing solo below, so just do our classic, guys. Push together, and that's it. If you guys find gaps, you can play more crazy with glass and shit like this.
Yeah, okay, let's go, guys.
That's Julio, the Brazilian coach of this European team, giving them some important bits of information. Play it a little bit more quickly, right? Get in fast on these early pieces of map control that are really being conceded by FaZe Clan. They have been relatively...
I agree with Julio, though. The mirror is killing their time right now. They're having a really tough time clearing.
They've been struggling with. I was saying before,
They're gonna have to. They're gonna be playing because now the reason he's saying that is they're gonna be playing upstairs again. When they play upstairs, they're definitely gonna repeat that Mira setup again. See, yeah, they do have the Mira.
The king versus actually wearing the crown, and Vidaking knows exactly.
They're middle floor, but they're gonna play above.
In Boston earlier this year, the king of Brazilian Siege and probably the king of Siege globally, given what he's accomplished.
Julio is the GOAT. You got to listen to him. He is genuinely one of the smartest coaches out and best coaches out there.
This matchup with a net positive KD. Really does go to speak to not just him, but the way that FaZe Clan operates around him. He's a terrific player. He can play just about anything. On attack, you'll usually see him on shields. He plays those sheltered last moment of the round minutes on the defenders. This time he'll be running a mute. You saw how he played aggressively near the site on Fenrir on the previous round.
His brother. Oh, Yuna.
Able to take 2 players of Falcons
Bro, I love
down,
Yuna.
both
I actually love Yuna. Yuna is one of my favorite people in like the entire scene.
That I really appreciate on the side of Vidaking. He's got a hugely impressive and high.
It's actually really funny because Julio is like super serious, and his brother Yuna is like the biggest like goofball ever. Very fun to hang out with though, and like play Siege with and stuff. Is there a team or player that I hated playing against? I don't know. No, not really. You just kind of adapt to different players and stuff.
That's why you're seeing Falcons poke around from the south.
They trade off the SAS operators, right? There's a lot more overlap there in that role. Both Handy and Vidaking have Smoke in their top 2 most played defenders. So, I mean, it stands to reason. He's pound for pound one of the best defenders in the game. He can really do it all. Smoke is usually that high water mark for defender balancing too.
And so far, I mean, good hard breach going through, but they haven't found any of these kills yet. The information is there, and they're opening angles, but they're taking a lot of time.
They're solid out.
Deep and yet to find a kill.
And Shaiko will be the first one.
Yeah,
found
they're solid out.
Using one of
This is why you listen to your coach. They're running. Wait, if they're gonna be upstairs, you know.
This hallway with that yellow gas as Solotov looks for his 4th first blood of this series. He's unable to find it. KDS answering him. It's traded back by Who finds 2.
Okay.
Vidaking and Cyber both dead. KDS bleeding out. Handy and Souls in a 2v3 as KDS is now secured. Breeday taking up the mantle of that ace and operator piloted by Solotov before, and Falcons can now sit with the last.
This is Falcons map, yeah.
And what a shift in the round. Looking back is just stolen.
I mean, attacking this map is very difficult. This is a crazy defender side of the map.
Now they can take their time. 50 seconds to work this verticality. They've got a player spotted out from down below. That'll be Souls that they'll know his position. The push down green is looking very strong from Falcons.
Question is Souls aware of the fact that he's been droned out? If not, he's going to be in serious trouble. He seems to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were stalling out really bad, but what can you do when, you know, Leaky Fact just runs in and blows two people's heads off, you know?
Souls has found some salvation further down in this portion of green. Uses and Leaky Fact double up, and Falcons.
They honestly, on fundamentals, really shouldn't have won that round, but Leaky Fact just fried everybody, so it doesn't really matter.
Always having the impact, and I think just really coming together in that push, recognizing that those last two FaZe Clan players were trying to group up inside of green, understanding where they wanted to play that late round from, and so then just saying, we can drop the hatch, we can start this plant with our ace, we can get a really good diffuse get down the ground, and then just force movements out of these last two players. Perfectly executed from Falcons, and good to see them getting back on the board after the tack timeout.
Someone's very excited.
Why is there always just one guy just like screaming fuck?
The FaZe Clan hater in the crowd, that's for sure.
That guy hates FaZe, bro.
What was being said?
I could, but I can't.
Just one random dude just screaming fuck FaZe. Like every, I swear every time there's like a pause, it happens.
I can. Little surprised not to see the Mira band out. They go for the mute instead, which was piloted very nicely by Vidaking in the last round, but always an operator that you kind of wonder a bit, okay, if we're banning out the mute, what does that mean for the attackers? Are they going to be bringing a lot more demos? They're going to be bringing a lot more of that Grim. Grim immediately does get banned out. Do could be another operator that can be very powerful when mute does get banned. Doesn't seem like we're seeing any of that just on this first attacking lineup, but obviously it could be more focused on those other bottom.
Matty, I say the Tribe 41 month resub, welcome back. EU crowds, someone should shout KG, you short fuck. Oh my god, bro.
Significantly more challenging to use. But look at the lineup on the side of FaZe Clan. There's no intel or gadget denial that you need to worry about. Adobe would get huge value here. Adamos would get huge value here, but they've seen the
Brazil is crazy loud, yeah.
Require a fair bit of explosives and ways to get around these defenders. So Falcons swap things up. They decide to bring 6 frag grenades instead of these.
Get pissy to do it. Oh
like
my
Demos,
god.
These nuisance operators, these assist operators like you find in Dokkaebi and Lion. I like the change from Falcons, and then
I'm surprised they're not getting. Go get some bridge control. There's a guy on bridge.
Serious work, probably not to do damage, but to flush out the defenders.
Yeah, Shaiko's played a lot of Damos even just through this map so far, and he goes to the gridlock. It's his first grid pick of the tournament, so going to be interesting.
I don't know if the BB's the right choice here, honestly. Without somebody helping you out. Oh, he just meleeed that! He meleeed the C4 out of midair! Did you see that? Oh my god, dude!
Goes in favor of FaZe Clan though. All right, our eyes over there, but the action happens with Leaky Fact dying. Now it'll be solid.
I've never seen anybody do that before. Have you guys? I have never seen someone melee C4 out of midair before in my life. I mean, it's like I knew it was a possibility, but like.
I mean, Falcons will be ready for this. There's a reason they didn't ban them out, but it doesn't mean it's going to be easy to clear through. Brede, his position is of course known at this point inside of Skybridge.
That's actually crazy, dude.
Often what you'll want to do as a Blackbeard is you want to sprint through our 6 room, get across that bomb site so you can plant close on the display door. That's going to be tricky from this position.
Ooh, double.
Will go out and
wow.
God, he gets it done flawlessly. A boon for FaZe Clan, who through all 4 rounds have struck first. Falcons having to play round after round after round on their back foot, and they just have not been able to recover much at all. Only a single round in the win column for Falcons. But I mean, this is Defender Lair.
Yep.
We expect FaZe Clan to be doing well at this.
Have you guys ever seen anyone melee a C4 out of midair? I don't think I have, dude.
They know how to play this map. 3 defenses already through the first 4 rounds. A strong spot.
How many hours has Brid spent being a degenerate shield player? Bro, that was.
They get to go for a second time back.
I mean, I've known it's a possibility. Like, hypothetically, like, you know, you could. But I've never seen anyone actually pull it off in my life.
The floor of Lair is really, really tough to attack. I think this hallway pressure was so strong from FaZe Clan coming through, even before that Nitro Cell, stalling them out. The Blackbeard not able to get a whole lot of ground from Brede. FaZe Clan are very good at holding these parts of the map down, and it's up to Falcons to problem solve that.
10
Neither of these maps
Yeah,
have really
dude.
gone the way that we expected. They've been very dominant.
I mean, it looked like he did it on purpose.
Destroying Faze Clan almost every single step of the way. 5-1.
Yeah, he didn't get the second one, but hey, it was cool.
But that was all she wrote as Falcons closed
I'm
it out
surprised more
on
people don't spawn, like all the way in the back at like lift. Like lift gate on the back is such a safe like entry point, and you can shoot all 3 default cameras, guaranteed not to get spawn peeked there.
An absolute worst. 5-1 would be devastating. 3-3 would be a huge
I mean, I
win.
guess you do burn a little extra time, but
Turn this
by
ship
spawning
around.
there.
They are running out of time to do so. FaZe Clan are all over this map. It was a run out from Handy, who's been great for those opening duels. He's got 2 of the 4 first.
They specifically brought this clash because Falcons is running shields.
Shaiko with the Yana. This is only the second time we've seen Yana at the
That's a
Munich
bad
Major.
sign.
It really is.
That's a bad sign.
This could be his desperation operator, but if there's anybody in the world who plays this op, it is Shaiko. It's one of his comfort picks, and even when nobody else really plays this operator, he's the one who will.
Yeah, I mean, this is a break glass in case of emergency style of operator. If he's having difficulties getting his offense going, I mean, it used to be
Well,
Ash back in the day.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's too bad of a pick because they're kind of stalling out on information. So, I mean, him taking
Quite deep outside the building, but not
him.
getting punished for it because it's just look at that.
Oh my goodness!
Oh.
Doubling up
Oh.
on Blackbeard, Shaiko on the board first. Brede down, uses
Okay.
down. Handy has been so exceptional in these first duels. Now it's the Nomad. Solotov up next. He will beat out Handy.
All right, Solotov. Okay, okay.
FaZe Clan left with 2.5 players remaining. That shield on Clash is the half player, as it will stand up and still work as a gadget, but it frees Vidiking to go fragging as he sees fit. That secondary SMG for the Clash. He's a mighty powerful gun.
They gotta find somewhere around Cyber. He's the one player that can play around Vidiking as this duo on defense. They need to find a way to shut him down.
I know she'll only be used for upside down aqua repel. You're an incredibly bad person. I want you to know that.
On this operator as well, so
Woo!
the right pick.
Solotov, dude.
Takes down the Nitro
And
Cyber.
he's okay.
And then stabs Vidiking in the back to keep this gap as close as it can be. One more round in the first half.
I honestly feel like Falcons, these rounds that they're winning, they're not really winning them fundamentally, but they're just like gunning. Which, hey, it works, I guess. Like, I feel like FaZe's team play right now is much better. But hey, sometimes you just need to shoot people in the face, and that works. But you got to remember, too, they're also on attack right now. So, like, really, Falcons is already overperforming at getting 2 rounds. Like, this is pretty good, honestly.
Everything he needs to. Finding Cyber, I said that was the key in the 2v3. You need to find the player that isn't the Clash so that you can isolate the Clash. And, I mean, they did just that. Really nice adaptations coming through from Falcons.
Nice shots.
Not that it necessarily matters to either of these teams, but it has woken the crowd up, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's got people on
Those were crazy shots, though. Oh, that was another C4. He shot that or a smoke grenade out of midair.
You got both operators on attack that are running it in the Yana and the Nomad.
He said to stop playing. That guy is the biggest FaZe hater.
Crowd mics we're picking up of the hecklers in the chants.
It's one guy. It's not even hecklers, dude. There's one guy that just he just literally talks shit to FaZe, and that's it, dude.
Heck, even the bad people know. I don't know if they're even.
Fast breach coming out here, Parker. The bunk's already being opened up. This doesn't necessarily mean it'll be a fast execute, but Brede isn't too far away on that sense with a fuse kit.
Bro, that guy actually is like the biggest fucking FaZe hater in the world.
That could have been an early pick for Falcons. FaZe showing quite a bit of restraint because they might anticipate that it'll be a quick pick as well, or a quick push. If that's
Well,
the
if they have holes above, you can't do a quick take, which I'm pretty sure they do. They do. There's no such thing as a quick take here. They don't have any smokes or anything. There will not be a quick take here. They're opening up for pressure. I mean, they have the sense, but you could look over the sense walls from the holes above.
takes a bit of early damage. Parker, if Handy dies early in this round before the execute comes through, that could be really
Especially
bad.
with those little holes, it's not happening. They're doing it for pressure, and then they're going to take above. They have to take above. There's no way not to.
In another round, might not have been the first pick, but was still instrumental in keeping it close. And of course, a very critical operator with both impacts still in pocket, so if he plays down below, he could easily shut down Brede on the plant.
They're going to have this guy sit out here, though, for pressure. Okay, I think I know what they're doing. If there's no holes this way, they're going to do a green take. And they're going to have the other guy just sit out there for pressure, and they're going to clear the guy above the green holes, which is the smoke.
And almost immediately, Shaiko will
Or at least they think it's the smoke. They have a lot of shotguns up here, though. I don't know if Shaiko's going to be able to kill this guy. Their literal goal right here is Shaiko go kill the guy holding the holes upstairs. But there's four fucking people up here, dude. And they got 2 shotguns and a DMR, and the clash shield is below, which will slow the take.
That's good news for Falcons.
Yeah, they got to shut down this top floor control.
I mean, unless they can start picking people off upstairs. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Drops 2. KDS is in the ground. Cyber and Souls fighting back. They managed to drop Solitop, but there's Shaiko.
That'll do it.
All of these threat levels from
That was a huge misplay by Faze. Maybe they didn't hear the Nomad charge.
So sidearm is out. Solitov recovered. Means Falcons are in a 5v1. 20 seconds left. It is possible that FaZe could still win this, especially if they give isolated fights. The Falcons are better than that, baby. 3-3 the first half.
They should not have lost that with the setup they had upstairs. They way overswung.
What a battle in that first half, Parker. They brought it back from 3-1 down. It really did feel like that was FaZe Clan in full control, but they adapted. I told you, going back onto that second and third bomb site, that's where you expect Falcons to be able to come in with those adaptations. It's an excellent push through the top floor coming through from Uses. Does a really good job of cracking open those 2 defenders, and they knew that there was a Solus up above. They knew that there was a smoke up above. They were fully aware of what FaZe Clan wanted to do with that defense, and because of that, they could spend 2.5 minutes just playing with the smoke, wasting those toxic babes until finally an air jab was hit, the dope call gets called, and they go in for their push. That was a really well-timed play coming out from Falcons to tie the game.
Well, was the Clash of Souls not the only real line of defense in the bomb site?
He was.
Falcons are all using their own background. I wonder why FaZe isn't. Bro, you got to use your own org's background. Come on.
Guys, they might push into the site. They set up their forces around the map, but as you said, a lot of it assembled on that top floor. No.
That is such a cool trophy, bro.
Same, I guess, operator in the midst, the resin of the trophy, the Denari trophy, one of the nicest trophies we've had in a long
Yeah, there's no way Vidaking should have been losing that gunfight.
Being of relevant operators, but the resin in the middle, beautiful. And to go with the stage, it's a nice presentation. So.
FaZe Clan trying to keep their head above water.
Hey, at least this guy's now saying Falcons are so much better.
They can to survive in the upper bracket. They will not be eliminated if they lose this game, Parker. They go down to face a North American team in the lower bracket. That'll be either Wildcard or M80. They face off in the matchup after this to see who it'll be in the top 3 representing North America. It's been nice that we actually get all 3 major regions in the top 3.
I'm actually curious as to who the crowd here will cheer for between M80 and Wildcard. Maybe if the action
wild card
in the next round, we can poll the crowd. Because I mean,
I 3D print that? What, the trophy?
European crowd and 2 NA teams are playing.
I mean, if someone modeled it, I could print it. But, you know.
You got to stick around for that game. I mean, I know it's NA teams, but you got a European coach on one side, a European player on the other, and I mean, they've been putting some great siege up throughout this tournament, so it is a must-watch game, but stay tuned for the rest of this one first. This is going to be what all eyes are focused on. It's back to the top floor, right?
3 regions will be represented in that M80 wildcard matchup, not just with the coaches, but Jesse, also the active players.
Yeah, when does APAC play?
Different regions entirely onto this NA
When does APAC play, chat?
Cinderella story for wildcard, rated the lowest NA
Ooh,
team.
impacted it
Hold
out.
on a second, look at that. Shaiko using an impact to shut down the exothermic charge. We don't see a lot of impact tricking these days, but that is a beautiful way to blunt the momentum of a team on attack.
It's such a huge risk from Handy trying to use the thermite
But
when
they
you know there's a
ban
mirror on
Ace.
the window.
They honestly
You
should have
to
brought a
imagine maybe
Habana if
would've
they
been a better
saw
call there, and they were trying to watch in case
Mira.
there was some kind of a swing, but you can't shoot an impact out before it clears out the exothermic. So this wall will be staying shut likely for the remainder of this round.
Leaky Fac will take down KDS. Brede suffered some damage in the process.
They're gonna have some nice one-ways here too with this Izami. The bans coming out of Faze are kind of questionable. They also could have just banned Mira and cut the wall. Oh, it's
Master Office will do some serious damage.
position's gonna be really good for them, really strong.
Got those Goyo canisters and the Molotovs as the fire will prevent this advance from Faze Clan.
Trying to get into a plant, they finally get the wall open, but it gets closed right back up by the keeper.
This fire is basically just gonna run forever. They also have Goyos up still, I believe. Yeah.
Massive clutch.
Oh my goodness, the explosive goes off at the feet of Vidiking. Cyber the first one on the board for Faze Clan. Vidiking will be
Flash is still up, annoying as fuck as usual.
position known by the Clash of Uses, that will be called. And now with Cyber using his death mark, both players on Faze Clan will be known to Falcons. With only 10 seconds left, the job is to get into the bomb site, and that might be a bit too onerous. As Souls is punished by Shaiko. Shaiko finding his third, and a 4K for Shaiko.
Oh.
I believe Julio was
I want
riding,
Falcons
but
to
I'm
win
not sure what
anyway,
he was
so.
riding there.
But this is just
Falcons will take their
honestly, Faze is misplaying really badly here.
Parker, yesterday we got to
I
watch
think
some
that
exceptional
round probably chalked their mental where they were upstairs. There's 2 rounds where Faze fundamentally outplayed Falcons and they still lost because they just got shit on. 1 round by Solotov, 1 round by Leaky Fac, and like that's it. I think their mental's just chalked at this point.
But also just a critical impact coming through to stop that wall from getting opened.
They don't even look like they look pissed.
But it was the util game where things really fell apart for Faze Clan. They just didn't have any good angle into the bomb site without those walls being opened.
Julio was not known for his emotions when he played on that old Black Dragons through NIP roster. He was one of the quieter guys on the team. He would get frustrated, but he was never what we are seeing right now. We are simply living in Julio's world, and it's nice to see
Prepping for a range take.
that energy, that enthusiasm, because you know from the crash outs that have happened on the side of Falcons, event through event through event, the mental game is something that Falcons do need to work on. When you've got a guy like Julio who just seems always so happy, so animated, so eager to get the team into good spirits, I think that goes an awful long way. It doesn't hurt that he's also a world champion.
No, of course not. It never does, and Julio does expert work behind the bench. He's a really important part of this Falcons team. We're having a quick conversation last night, actually, with JV92 about Julio as a coach and all that he does for this team. I know a lot of the strat making kind of goes to the other guys. They've got a deep support staff here on the Falcons. They've got Stuflex and Ingame who do a lot of the behind-the-scenes work, but when it comes to game day, Julio's the guy you want behind the bench.
It's not even about the support staff. Falcons has like an entourage when they walk around. There's like 10 people with them at all times. It's genuinely quite impressive, and this was something that we used as a point of comparison earlier in one of our casts where we talked about some teams barely have a coach. Other teams have an entire research wing. So it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, Falcons is a good team. Before that, they were BDS, and now they have Falcons, which is like probably the best org you could ever want.
Starts to open up the wall. No problems with a mirror window this time, and they'll get an angle into Missile. They know that Brede's in here, so they force him back.
Oh, nice. He missed the nade on the Goyo canisters, so they still have that like time. Oh, I got him now.
The Clash of Brede has to scamper off and will do so, still searching for his first kill. 8 rounds in action.
What are APAC teams? Oh, they're already home. Yeah, they're already at home.
5, one of them coming in this round, and Vidiking, after Faze got first blood, have now been knocked back to a 4v4.
APAC is Asia Pacific and Oceania.
Devastating if not all those extra charges.
It is a region that has. Ooh, okay.
Brede felled by Cyber and Faze Clan about
it is a region that has really never done anything in this game, like ever.
This is a tough room for him to get out of inside a stock room, and I'm sure he's taking stock in the position he finds himself in. Handy with the final kill.
I'm a hater.
Just a really good
Kind
push
of,
coming
yeah.
out from the Brazilians too, Parker. I mean,
I don't know.
this
It
is
makes me
Soul's
mad
best
some of the
spearheaded
events that
shield
we've
player
had
on
over the
Faze.
years where there's like a
Makes that
ton of
entry for
APAC
his
teams
squad
and
and gets
they
that
literally just
space for them.
exist to get
It wasn't
grouped,
a
like
really
and just like
complicated
go
push.
home.
He had 3 guys just coming in from
And I'm not even saying to
blockers
to
all
give
on that
NA
same side
these
of the map
extra
that you had
spots and
handed
stuff, but
top
just maybe
floor,
Brazil.
locking down the flank, making sure nobody could get behind them on the Dokkaebi. It's not complicated, but it's executed perfectly, and that's all FaZe Clan really needs to get back in this game.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. They're too busy getting swooped by magpies to be good at R6. Dude, I don't know. I mean, just APAC just has not been a good region historically. I mean, they've literally, outside of R6 Reload, where honestly they kind of finessed their way into the finals and then got 3-0'd. That's the best they've ever done is like semifinal. Like every time they make it, it's like a miracle run. They generally never make groups. They never make it out of groups. Yeah, one of the APAC teams is literally Brazilian right now, right? Like D+.
We talked about the mental game on the side of Falcons. FaZe Clan
I mean, you just gotta. I mean, I'm fine with APAC having teams at events. They still should. But like, there should be like maybe like a couple of teams. They at one point they separated the leagues. They made APAC North and South, and they should probably just go back to that.
Still mentally in it. They were just beaten out by the better team now and then. FaZe Clan need to show that same level of mental resiliency. They weren't able to do it in map 1. I think they're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, it's especially important when you're going up against a team like Falcons who can be so in your head at all times. They're an exceptional team when it comes to the mental game, and this clash can often be a big problem for them as well. I'm excited to see Usus on this operator as the main breach does get opened up. Usus, maybe the best clash player in the world. He's played almost as many rounds as anybody here in the tournament on this operator, and he's won more rounds on clash than anybody coming in through Munich. So he is exceptional with this op, wins more often than not when he's playing the clash.
He's played the Clash more than his next 2 most played defenders combined.
Yeah.
So really does love this operator. When an opportunity strikes, Clash is usually good on most bomb sites and on most maps.
No, it's okay.
It can often be a stylistic thing. Sometimes you just need more frag potential. Sometimes it's not about wasting
maybe in a little
Sometimes
bit.
it's not about wasting time.
Well, and they're not really engaging because they have to kind of go for a weird direct push, Parker. They're not fighting this top floor. They're just in through green.
I don't think they know about Shaiko in this rat spot. He's very close to multiple players. He's waiting for Leaky Flag to give the call.
Listen,
Shaiko tries to get away, but Cyber
you guys can't
has
even
him
say I'm a
down.
hater. Has APAC done anything in any tournament like ever? No. They've never won anything.
FaZe Clan through 2 rounds showing so much dominance to start off their execute.
They've never won anything ever. Okay. The only time they ever made the finals was like because of like basically format abuse at Reload.
And Brede is FaZe Clan are on the hunt.
Yeah, it's a weird push, but it's working for FaZe Clan. Big moments from Cyber to step up and get those 2 kills. Now you need
Cyber's
the site
been
players to step up and do
frying.
the same.
Brede still searching for his first kill. He will need to get the job done as he's last man standing. Uses punished by Handy. Brede holding for above. Excuse me?
Are they just like hanging out?
What a surprise that must have been, as Siege can be a horror game, I suppose. It's immediately traded out. FaZe Clan regain the lead. They've had it for most of this map. This is Falcons' choice. Right now, it seems likely that both teams will win their opponents' maps. And we'll go to Nighthaven Labs to settle the score, but anything can happen over the next 2, potentially 3 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, this second half has been so competitive still, Parker. There have been some really good executes from FaZe Clan, but Falcons as well. Don't forget how good they were defending that top floor. You go back
I have
to that
felt
bottom
like
floor as
FaZe
well, and maybe there's a bit of a difference
is actually fundamentally been playing this game better, even on the rounds that they lose.
That do come on through.
Look at Frost.
Being shown, they will take it away from
Even on the rounds that they lose, I feel like Falcons are just getting bailed out by just shooting people in the face.
Coming out against the attackers, that's going to make things really awkward. You're forcing them into the Habana, you're forcing them to the can openers, and with already the ace banned out, it makes hard breaching even more difficult.
They're going to immediately pick both a Mute and a Capkin on the side of
here
Falcons. So
to scare
Usus will
people,
go
Frost.
over to his 2nd most played operator, though as we did say, it's a far cry from where Clash is in terms of pick rate.
Yep.
Brede got traded out right as he found his first kill, so now every single player in the lobby has been able to find at least 1 frag. That's good for this Falcons team. If you think that Faze is too quick to get in, too quick to get into the building, Mute and Capkin are excellent choices to stall you. Azami's a great stall
still been doing Siege.
Goyo's a great stall off. And if you know there's a Solus on the board, you will have to aggressively hunt that operator down. And of course, it's Leaky Fack who will play that operator.
I think
so
Parker doesn't do his
all
EWC.
Of these tools being brought by Falcons designed to force Faze to double, potentially triple check every part of the map before they attempt to gain map control.
Feels like a must-win round from Falcons too. This is their primary bomb site, the only site they won through the 3rd quarter. If they do drop this one, go down 4-6 to Faze, then all of a sudden you're looking at 3 bomb sites that you've lost already. And then, I mean, I wouldn't want to go armory weapon in a spot like this, but maybe they're braver than I am. This is a really important one to keep yourself in this matchup. Rounds 11 and 12 will be more difficult. This is your easiest chance as a defending team to lock things down and keep yourself competitive.
Vidiking not really in a dangerous spot. Not for this moment. This is inside of operations, and he shakes.
Parker was assigned by the commune to gas Siege, pretty much.
Shaiko got entrenched there before, if you recall, and playing behind that office desk with Kiba barriers allowed him to take engagements one by one, win them all. That was Falcons winning their only defensive round so far.
This is a really important track from Cyber. He spots the 1 player that was down below and forces Licketback to run all the way down to the basement. That was the one kind of
they haven't even cut him off.
Had to worry about the 1 player that was going to be
he could crack hatch with a pistol too.
The other 4 all still
if he does.
The Monty can handle the site player.
Remember, this is upstairs take too.
The wall should be able to be breached pretty quickly by Handy, but it's really going to be this 1 guy down below. What's the captain going to do on this favorite operator of his?
Here we go. Shaiko setting up those Kiba barriers. Oh my goodness, there goes Leaky Fack. Solotov in the ground as well. FaZe Clan showing that even if it is Falcons map choice, they've played it enough to be experienced themselves. There's a restlessness here, I'm certain, on the side of Falcons as things continue to worsen. They had the lead just a few rounds ago, and it's completely evaporated. FaZe now in the driver's seat of this round and this second half.
I mean, I want
They're
Falcons to
to
win.
Flawless round unless Brede can do anything about it. Vidiking getting diffuser
I
down.
want Falcons to
Brede
win.
stuck in a tough spot, and there it is, done flawlessly.
And I also
as
voted for them to
KDS
win,
gets the
but
final kill.
I don't know. Right now,
Match
I feel like their
point
mental
on
is getting
layer
chalked.
for FaZe Clan. Map 3 looking oh so likely at this point.
And what a perfect execute it was from FaZe. I mean, you've got Cyber down below on that Deimos. He's able to spot out the Solus roaming from Licky Fack. He gets his teammate to get that pick for him, and then he's just doing so much damage from down below the site. Shaiko was the main problem in that bomb site previously, right? He's playing the Azami. He was behind the office desk, got 4 kills and stopped the walls from being opened. But when you've got a
don't
Deimos
call it to come
below
back
you,
yet. It's not
constantly
over.
forcing you to move, constantly putting that pressure from down below. I mean, it is a nightmare to try to get out of that spot, and there's only so much Shaiko can do from a position like that. It's really well played by FaZe Clan. They needed to have a little bit more impact from that early round. Licky Fack just being caught out by the Deimos. Now you've got to rely on the sites. You've already lost Parker. You've got to go back down to the basement. Round 12 is a mystery on where they might go for the bomb site selection. But for now, it's all about winning these next 2 rounds. It's critical that they can lock this out, or again, map 3 is very quickly awaiting us.
Map number 1, the first kill did not have as much impact on the end result. I like those transitions. I just got to stop myself
really
for a second. Here. They did it with the ocean yesterday.
Yeah.
Cafe Dostoevsky. I thought it was excellent. Shout out to our observers here at this event who've done such a great job of catching that action and making the viewing experience for a pretty hard to spectate game an awful lot easier. But to the point I was saying earlier, converting first bloods was not the most important part of map number 1 here on map 2.
They didn't pick Ram, so they're going to do a more direct take.
Except for one has
They'll probably
led to
do a
direct
garage take,
conversion. So,
or maybe a
FaZe
Filt
Clan,
take
who
more
are
direct.
well in advance, beating Falcons, not just in round count, not just in kills, but also those first bloods. If they can strike first for the 4th round in a row and the 4th time on attack, it'll be tricky for Falcons, and a lot of those first bloods haven't just been first bloods, it's been first 2 bloods. That's been the bigger issue for Falcons.
And I think that's why this defense from Falcons is so restrained, Parker. They don't have anybody roaming in the top 2 floors.
They have Glaz, Monty, Ying.
So if this opening pick does come, it's unlikely to come early. They're happen to fight these players late, but there goes Souls. Never mind, Lickback jumps out for the frag.
The unpredictability on the side of Falcons did pay off in previous Defender rounds, but a more stalwart defense has allowed FaZe Clan to sink their teeth in. The Glaz of Souls is gone.
No.
Still got
I voted for
on the
Falcons.
board. You've got Ying, you've got Dokkaebi. These are so critical operators in enabling the rest of the
They're going to
attack.
try to do a door plant. They're smoking off here, or flashing off, sorry. They have smokes up for Glaz. They're going to Ying it out.
When it comes to finding guns, but
Woo!
down goes Shaiko. KDS reading into that. His vision obscured for a second, and he walks right out. This is a good reaction from FaZe, Justin.
Can you force the plants? There's
Here it
still some
comes.
toxic babes, and it does go out. We see the smokes, but the plant's here.
And Cyber's
They do have the Echo for denial. No, that's game. That's map over. See you on labs.
Impact nades going out, damage being done to Vinicking. Solotov pushing in, he finds one, but he's traded right back. It's all up to Brede.
Yeah.
He's had
Labs.
so many good
Run to
clutches.
labs. Done.
But leave it to the best player on FaZe Clan and what might be one of the best teams at the tourney to shut down the clutch minister himself. Brede put in the ground, FaZe answers back. They steal Falcons map. Neither of these teams comfortable on home soil. A third map on neutral turf now needed between these two with a spot in the grand finals on the line.
On Falcons. I need you to win for my predictions.
The biggest game of the tournament. Massive comeback from FaZe Clan, but map 3 awaits us, Parker.
Absolutely. We'll be back in a couple minutes with the thrilling conclusion of Falcons versus FaZe.
Great rematch so far, yeah. See both teams win each other's maps so much. It happens, yeah. I knew that round was over though. When FaZe took all that shit and they had Falcons had no denial from above, it was already over. Before the round even started, it was done. Also, Falcons' mental is just chalked right now. Yeah, I mean, I feel like whoever wins this game, one of these two teams is probably winning the finals. I don't really see M80 or a wildcard winning. I hope they do because I'm rooting for NA, but I don't really see them winning, you know. I hope so, though. I hope I'm wrong. You didn't vote for FaZe though. I voted for Falcons. I think they're hopefully still gonna win, but maybe they'll have to fight through the lower bracket. Shall see. I mean, I'm so proud of NA. Even if they end up in 3rd, 4th place, it's still pretty good. Is that a Labubu? Oh my god, bro, I quit. Rexon had a Labubu. No wonder Shopify lost. Dude, Labubus are so fucking cringe. Why are they even popular, bro? I don't even know why Labubus are popular at all. No, I hope Falcons win. Well, at least this game. If the M80 win, Fabian is the overall GOAT. I feel like Fabian kind of already is the GOAT now. Fabian has 3 hammers. Only person have 3. 2 is a coach. I'm sorry, 2 is a player, 1 is a coach. Also, multiple major wins. I think it's pretty hard to say he's not.
Come on, you guys really expected to be 2-0 against the Faze Clan. It's a huge match.
No, I don't think they expect 2 versus us. We didn't expect 2 versus them. It's always a hard game every single time we play them. I think it's been 3 maps every time, or in the grand final, I think it was 4 maps, 5 maps, I can't remember, but yeah, it's always a tough game against those guys.
How is Faze Clan able to be so resilient? Comeback is always an option for you.
I think we are confident in our maps. So in Chalet, we start very well, getting open kills, and we don't know how to finish the rounds. So I think this is the main problem of Chalet. In the Covil, Lair, sorry, is the map we are very confident, so we will just play our game and beat them. And we talked about it before map number 2, Lair, that Faze need to convert their opening kills into round wins on their attacking side. How do they achieve that, Jack?
Yeah, I think they were hanging on in there in the first half. They got a 3-3 defense split, which isn't, necessarily amazing on there. But once they got into the attack, they were
upstairs really quick.
How were they doing that? It was particularly their IGL Vita King. Yes, he only went 4 and 5 on the scoreboard that everyone can see, but he was on the Monty. He was the one that was controlling the pacing of the team, forcing his gunners around him, and then they were controlling the aggression that was coming out of Falcons. And most importantly, Leo, they were punishing it.
Yeah, Faze is spot on their mistakes. They knew they were controlling the game on Chalet. They knew that it was about the mid round that they were getting punished. And so what do? They bring the shield, they control the aggression, they punish anyone trying to gain the momentum after getting the opening kill, and they did take Lair easily. Going into the third map, if they can keep this momentum, they're in a good spot.
I do wonder whether Falcons will ban away the Monty away from Vita King on Nighthaven. It's very much a structured, execute-heavy map, and therefore I don't know if they'll want to take that one away.
And before we get into map 3, Nighthaven Labs, is there something on Lair that we can learn in our own games from some of the best players in the world, Leo?
Listen, I've seen this Falcon setup and I just needed to show it to you guys. For anyone that will play Lair, top floor in ranked, if you've got Bandit and Kaid Ban and you don't know how to hold this, let's pay attention to this strategy because I think it's genius. You're gonna bring Clash, Mira, Azami with impact, and that's important, and Tachanka. Now, what does that enable you to do? Well, the first thing is that Clash enables you to go outside and go aggressive towards those bathroom windows. That jump out here, coordinated with the bathroom player, and boom, your Blackbird that was here is already gone. Then Azami on the A-bomb site can use the Mira windows to impact trick any kind of hard breach and can then use our Kiba barriers to set up a stronghold here behind the front desk. Play aggressive of those Kiba barriers, go aggressive here and get a first pick. Not only that, pay attention to the combination between the Tachanka fire canisters here on the bridge and on the way, and at the same time the Goyo, and at the same time the Kiba barriers. Look at this stronghold, it's impossible to get into A. Most importantly, on the backside, Clash is still there, holding anyone that would be coming. And if you look at this, only 20 seconds left, 4v2, the utility and the setup is absolutely amazing from Falcons. Now, Faze of Falcons, one single map to decide who's gonna go to the grand finals coming after a short break.
last time you played against them in Labs, you lost. Why isn't that happening again?
I think Labs is one of our most confident maps right now, so we just have to play our game, and that's it. We know how they play. You just have to be confident and good communication. That's it.
Both teams perform very well in Labs, but why do you think FaZe Clan will outperform them?
A gente preparou bem o mapa contra eles, alteramos algumas coisas, e aí vamos ver o que vai resultar aí.
We really prepare the map. We are bringing some counters to them, so let's see what happens.
All right, well, it's our very final map between these two teams, but one of these teams will be in action later today. The other will be in action on Sunday. A spot in the grand finals is here, and it's the spoil of victory for whoever wins, whether it be FaZe Clan or Falcons. I'd like to remind everybody that this is a rematch of our SI final from Boston just about 8 months ago, give or take. And it's been exciting, but both of these maps have been very one-sided. And it's been the team who didn't pick those maps who've done so well.
Yeah, Parker, it's been a bit of an odd series, but I think it sets us up for the best grand finals possible. It sets us up for an exceptional map 3 coming out here between these two squads. Falcons looking for their 8th grand final appearance in just 4 years, hoping to get back to that big stage that they are oh so familiar with. FaZe Clan hoping to upset the hometown heroes here in Munich. It's going to be a great game on Nighthaven Labs.
And Jesse, we are ready for our final map between these two teams, Nighthaven Labs, a map known by both of them quite intimately. Which one comes out ahead?
Well, you heard it from Julio before this map started. This is a comfortable map for Falcons. They're 4-0 this stage.
All right, let's
playing
get
on
it going,
Nighthaven
baby.
Labs, beating Team Secret, Shopify Rebellion, W7M, and G2. They are
The
very
FaZe
comfortable
one map
here. And it's a bit of a rarer map for FaZe
map
Clan. So you might
3,
think that
baby.
gives the edge to the Europeans. But you also heard it from Rafadel. They have been prepping this map in the background. They've been working on some counter strats. 4-0 means you've seen your opponents play it 4 times, thrice just here in Munich. So a lot of footage back on Falcons. It's going to be up to them to keep this game dynamic, make some unexpected plays that FaZe Clan will not be.
What map is it? Am I losing my mind?
One of
Oh,
these teams
Labs.
will end up in
duh.
the grand finals, the other with a golden opportunity to do so. Wildcard and M80 is our next match. It'll come shortly after the conclusion of Nighthaven Labs. One of those North
Non-Falcon.
American teams will find themselves in the lower bracket finals, either up against this EU team or up against the Brazilian team of FaZe Clan. It will be a thrilling contest.
Predicts are up. Predicts are up, baby.
That our final 3
What's your
teams will be
skincare
from
routine, or do you wake up
separate
that
regions.
beautiful? Honestly, okay.
All of the coaches might be
I know
from
you're
Brazil.
joking, but I actually do have like I got pretty nice skin. Okay, I'll tell you guys the skin routine. I literally just take a shower every day. I use Costco soap, and honest answer, something that if you don't do this, your skin will be. I mean, not a guarantee, but if you drink a lot of water, which I do every day, your skin will probably be really clear.
A little bit better with this lineup, but Falcons
Drinking a lot of water makes your skin look way nicer because you're actually hydrated. Other than that, all this extra shit that people tell you to do probably won't work.
Parker. It's always important to start strong, especially on its 3rd map of a decider, but it is attacking side here, and we know that FaZe Clan are defensive monsters. So even if they go down 4-2, I'm not so worried about them bouncing back in the second half. We started with these operator bans, right? And
Water,
if
but
the
you
bandit
put, like,
kite,
powder
same
in
thing
it and
FaZe
stuff?
Clan wanted to ban back on layer, but this time it's going to be a pretty much
don't
the
know.
same story. As this mirror wall is going to be even more of a problem. They're trying to
I mean,
keep
just
this wall
you
closed
know,
as much as they can. No
regular
thermite this time around
water
being
to
dropped,
me
though. The Habana's gonna
is
make
always the
things
best.
A little bit easier. Once
You
this
fucked
gets
that
open,
up.
Falcons
Oh,
of
they
course
just
chose to ban out the mods. Yeah, I know Fresh was talking about whether that would be the option from
they
Falcons.
fucked up. They fucked up that trick.
Cyber using almost all of these X
What are
Kairos
they
at this point in
doing?
time, whether he's going to succeed here.
What are they doing, bro?
Find out. No, the wall's still intact, but they find a pick anyway. They swing and down goes Leaky Fact. The final set of
I don't know
X
what they're
Kairos
doing.
will now need to be used properly. If nobody's able to shoot this last one out, then passage into the bomb site will get ever difficult.
Yeah, they get it
I
over
may
there.
have to
Nitros tried to come out and stop
this
it,
is
but unfortunately it's a
champion.
little bit
I
too
mean, it
late.
makes it
Looks like
harder
Falcons, they pick
with
up
the
Licky right? He does get down, but they
with
pick
the
him back up,
Mira
so
window
only
there,
5
but
on
if
5,
they're
so when
if
we go through the
like
rest of this round, we'll have those
you know,
key
if you're
areas
having
so we can ready
problems,
his
ban this map is super worth banning Mira.
like
Or
this.
if you use the full 3 pallets, you know, 6 pallets, whatever, you could open it easier.
Soft through that. You've got to find a second dimension. It looks like
Or bring, you know, like a fuse or, you know, a Maverick. You could mav the top of the wall just for pressure to get that guy off the IT angle for C4.
In his hands, KDS slowed temporarily by the Banshee as he takes up space over an electric.
I mean, it's once again, it's easy for us to judge. We're on a third-person perspective here, you know.
From those rafters, that's the position that's being played by Leaky
Ooh.
outdueling him, and Falcons find 2 in very quick succession.
Nice little sight play coming out from them. They've stopped this initial burst, but there's still players on Faze Clan hunting for a kill. Only 1 man down. They've got a lot of different angles where they're looking for this frag.
When this Azami goes unbanned, you see the headaches that she can cause, slowing down your assault into the bomb site. Souls gets a little bit of intel now as one of those proximity explosives go off. Leaky Fact still on the ground. He slays Vidaking. Handy trades it back onto Solitov.
Come on, Falcons.
Now he tries for the sweep in, but Brede is there to shut it
What up,
down.
what
Leaky
up,
Fact
what up?
does die, but it leaves Souls in a 1v2. Battling time, battling utility, and battling 2 players from Falcons, neither of whom seem quite intent on taking the engagement in his way. Why not? Souls tries to bait them out. He's got case in hand. He will march in.
Nice, good stuff, good stuff. Laz Warden duel. Dude, it's literally like watching like 2 demons fighting each other.
I don't think we could have asked for a better round 1, Parker. Very close in the 1v2, comes down to it, but I think you got to go back to that start. Struggling with IT, it made it a little bit awkward to get in. We saw Cyber ended up having to crawl through the breach because he just couldn't quite get it from the crouched position. So that slows them down quite a lot in that push. And then there's just some really nice swings in the mid-round from Falcons. Comes on out, equalizes that man count, gets it in their favor in the end of things. And then it was a cool push by Souls. He was through Aqua Hallway. He used the Zofia stun to find out if there was an Azami playing behind the desk. There
EDM
was.
meta?
They still lose
Yeah,
a
it's
couple
fine, bro.
They eventually traded out, but it's too little and it's too late. Big kill from Licky Fact there. His position
Just because
was
people are
low,
getting
they
kills
still
doesn't mean
lose
it's a
that duel.
TDM
not an
meta.
easy one.
I will say the meta is definitely a lot more aggressive,
That
but
bomb site in particular is so
more frag
easy to
heavy
hide
at its
behind
current
one of
time,
the
but
regular
I mean, a lot of
pieces
utilities
the map.
getting
We're not
used
talking
too
reinforcements, We're
here.
not talking about keeper barriers. We're talking about things in the actual map itself, be they pillars, be they walls. Certain bomb sites have tons of soft destruction.
I need to get my hand
able to
warmer
be
out,
done to
dude.
it. Other bomb sites are mostly reinforced themselves with a couple panels here or there, and some of the floor that can be shot through or shot down at if you're defending above, looking over a particular bomb site. Case in point, if you've got a bomb site that works in your favor as a defender, you might as well use it. Falcons do that, and they had 2 great players with great guns still remaining. Faze Clan got tripped up earlier on. Now they're showing some of their
Bring
own
back the
deficiencies
LMG
in
meta.
to take map control, albeit through
I,
just one.
I don't know. I feel like the utility, or sorry, I don't really mind this meta that much. Hot take. I don't think it's that bad.
It should be known by Faze Clan, or at least expected, as they know Licky Fact likes to play it on this bomb site. They've got Souls on this Dokkaebi to try to narrow down where this operator could be, try to find the captain before he deals too much damage. Initially playing an IT, but as the wall gets opened up, he does have to rotate away, and will still just be on that top floor, hunted down by a couple of these roam clearers.
Those logic bombs going
Yeah, I feel like the one thing that's got to go are the shields. Shields got to be nerfed.
throughout this course of
You nerf shields, honestly. Probably DMRs need a little tweak. SMG-12 needs to could get nerfed. You know, maybe add a couple of ACOGs back on defense, some secondary shotguns.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a really big
You know,
reinforcement just on that cafeteria wall.
buffing some breachers, because that's a big sticking point. Maybe even adding another breacher into the game, just because of how many bans there are. Or buffing secondary hard breach gadgets, so that they make a bigger hole.
He's just worked his way in all by himself. Now his other logic bomb will go off.
Kind of nerf for shields. Don't let them run. Don't let them have explosive resistance.
incredible shot to control that.
That's the biggest thing. Don't let them jump through windows and break through walls and castle barricades like BB.
Now will also go in pocket of Faze Clan.
It's a huge fight, right? But you do waste a lot of time clearing out that one player. You've got just over.
There's just no reason why a shield should be able to sprint. The time that it takes them to ADS should be a death sentence.
The second one doesn't. Uses, cleans up Cyber. That's a big.
Yeah, limb damage. That's another one. They have not changed that. No, you need to shoot shields like 400 times in the legs for them to die. Like, you straight up need to shoot like an entire magazine if you're just hitting their feet. And by then they'll probably ADS you, because the ADS time is too fast. Or they'll run at you and they'll just knock you over.
Solitov dies to Vidiking, and Souls will now push up. Roughly around the corner. Oh my goodness.
Rat spot. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. That spot, I mean, I know he just got like, he got 3 kills off of it. It was a great play. That spot is a straight up casual spot, bro. I feel like when I just run through and don't drone, that's where people sit. It's straight up a rat spot.
First, they're not checking the corner. That's tough sometimes. You're on low time. That's going to happen. But then the second guy goes into the same area of the map, Parker. He's inside of Exo and just not watching for that.
Back when you shoot the glass out. You can never shoot the glass out on shields. But they should maybe allow you to do that. It'd be nice. Yeah, I don't like the limb damage change either, Panda. That's a straight... Dude, this is a straight rat shit.
Doesn't expect it, and then why not just date the 1v1 versus Handy as well. Really well played from Bride.
Bro, that one guy is so passionate. You hear him on
I want your kids. I think that's a nice offer.
Did they make it so you can crack the shield screen so it's hard to see through? Nah, not really. Just that's like deployable shields they do that for. The only like, I mean like if you shoot the shield in the glass, the bullet effects on the glass used to be heavier, but not. They were never like completely blocked vision.
When we do go to South America, that crowd roars loudly.
I do think that W7M team, now Furia, was more popular in Sao Paulo.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's a tough spot for Faze Clan. They've always lived in the shadow in terms of popularity of teams like Team Liquid, who for a long time has been the most popular team. In Brazil, I think this Furia squad has picked up a huge amount of fans, not just because of their personalities, but because of how much winning they've done as well. I mean, when Ninjas in Pajamas was a dominant organization, they were also struggling to find the favor of a region as well, so it can be tricky. And we've noted that both
You might need another nerf for tricking. Yeah, well, I think mirror windows kind of need a redesign, honestly, but that's just me.
Here, obviously, Falcons have the crowd at
I think they need a little bit of a
The crowd
redesign.
was much more quiet during map number 2, and that was because of Faze's dominance. Now here, Falcons off to an early lead.
It's a much better little hard breach going through from Handy as he does open the IT wall. Makes
They used to crack with bullet damage. Yeah, well, that's what I just said. Yeah, it used to just, the bullets used to just be on the screen, but it wouldn't really like do that much.
A little bit light at the moment. Uses Shaiko and Bride.
It was just bullets on the glass. That's it, you know.
Down below them. Typically, you'd focus quite heavily on clearing the top floor before going for your full execute. And I do think that's still Faze's intention, but 90 seconds into this game, and they haven't made a whole lot of strides for it.
No, the glass breaking on shields was like a. It was that was like a thing that people proposed on Reddit and like Twitter and like a bunch of other like there were like people even made prototype like photoshopped images of what it could look like.
By Faze Clan to get that information, prevent Falcons from doing any serious damage to them, but also preventing Falcons from stopping you gaining more map control.
Yeah, this 3-player hub top floor, though, Parker, still needs to be cleared out, and that's Vidiking's job.
Oh my goodness, another Nitro Cell will go. Vidiking walking back. He will smoke off rafters.
I don't think that smoke really covered all the way. No.
Vidiking and Souls both die, so hold on. Your timing on Shaiko could not have been worse. Solitov finds one as well. Cyber and Handy are the last 2 left. Faze Clan seemed like they knew what they were doing on this entry, but it has fallen apart with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, we finally fall off that roam game. Falcons happy with what they've accomplished on the top floor. It's just the 2 hard.
I mean, this should be a Falcons round. Cyber's really low. They have defensive positions.
Andy will sprint his way
Yeah,
down.
it's
Uses
over.
Grease
Cyber's
in.
like,
That's case control too.
what,
So
20
Cyber,
health?
with only 15 seconds left, will likely exit this round empty-handed. I don't think he's bringing anybody with him to the afterlife, Jesse. No, he's not. Shaiko more than one kill in that round, making his presence known.
Dude, these boots are
rotation for
hilarious.
Falcons, and they are off to a 3-0 lead.
You couldn't ask for a better
I wonder
start.
if, like,
The full
Blast-
rotation coming through, and you gotta wonder, do the tack timeouts start to come out from Faze Clan?
I wonder if
Start to
Blast
worry
actually knew
on map one when things really started to go
and, like,
badly. It
had
took a
the
while
staff
for them to
wear
call that tack
boots.
timeout. You could argue it came a little bit too late, all the way on the second half after going down 5-1 through the half split. Operator bands come through. It's Thermite and Mira. Lots of focus on the wall still from these two teams. For now, it doesn't seem like we'll get. There it is, tack timeout.
There's no way they weren't going to have a tack timeout here. They're getting crushed. Looks like a drain got clogged. Dude, I actually had to unclog my shower drain the other day. I mean, it was still working, but it was just flowing really slow. But, by the way, if you ever need to unclog a shower drain, I mean, it could be worse, but, like, you know, but this is a pretty easy thing. You could order them on Amazon, or you could just go to, like, Home Depot, and they have these, like, little plastic snakes that you can put down the drain. They're, like, quite literally, I don't know, 50 cents each, $1 each. And 9 times out of 10, it will clear the drain for you. It'll pull out whatever there's hair or whatever else is in there.
The early game hasn't always been going so bad for FaZe. They've gotten 2 of the first 3 opening picks, but a lot of the hard
Definitely, and they work on sinks, too. Or you can open the P-trap on a sink. That always works as well.
For them to try to solve. FaZe Clan have often been really strong on the conversions through this tournament. They've been the #1 conversion team throughout the group stage, throughout the first couple days of playoffs, and we saw it on the last map. They got 7 entries on Lair, and they converted all but 1 of them.
That's Evans uses the shower as a bidet. Okay. No, it got clogged because my wife has really thick, like, long hair.
It is really a repeat of Chalet on those entries, though, right?
I don't have any hair. It's not me clogging that shit.
3-1 in favor of Falcons. And
You pick some of these plumbing tips up for your goddamn teammates? Okay, bro.
the round that FaZe Clan won.
Listen, I just like having good home maintenance, and I like doing stuff on my own, okay?
FaZe Clan struck first. So sometimes, like what we saw on Lair, and to your point, sometimes those conversion rates line up really neatly, and they really do tell the story of how successful those first bloods can be, and other times they are completely decoupled from the actual results.
And I think that kind of leads into who's controlling the map, Parker, because FaZe Clan, while they've been the best conversion team, they do really well when they can get themselves in on plan A, when they have everything going to plan.
Look at that
Falcons are
teamwork.
the best recovery team. So if we aren't seeing opening picks convert into round wins, that probably means
So Falcons is up 3-0, but this, once again, this is like a crazy defender-heavy map. I don't know if you guys remember, actually, funny enough, I think it was the Sao Paulo Invitational, but it was FaZe versus W7M, and they were up, I think, 5-0 or something, and then FaZe was up 5-0, and then W7M brought it back and won.
Interested in keeping that close, but with the mirror gone, I think Falcons have wisely said, let's take a more sheltered approach. Let's take a more conservative approach to this. Leave the wall.
I actually like this out of Falcons, like banning this mirror and just not dealing with this, like these like shenanigans, pretty much.
have been removed by FaZe Clan. That leaves mute jammers as your really only way to do that, and I mean they're going to be dealt with EMPs very quickly. So.
Yeah. And I love this Bravo from Souls too. That bulletproof camera was a bit of a problem for them the previous time they attacked the site.
Problem.
Now it's been cleared out, claimed by the attackers.
That Trickster up for a period of time. Felt like she might not have a place in our meta, but has proved time and time again that info
Bravo's
is
really
incredibly
annoying.
important, and if you can snipe away a couple gadgets that are
Oh, this is gonna be big over here too.
you can do some serious
If he tracks somebody else, that's like actually closer.
And that's going to be a big pick just inside of Rafters. Gets aggressive onto Souls. We saw some site work being done by
You're a
Burrito.
pro FaZe hater since Modern Warfare 2009. That's a crazy level of hating.
By Falcons. It's forcing FaZe to focus far more on the Rafter side of the map.
KDS has the cut across on these Rafters position.
FaZe is really split up. Well, I guess they're doing like a full IT garage take now.
Solotov's a little bit smarter than that, I guess. He's not really wanting this engagement one bit.
I think they just fully abandoned that like backside like take on grass.
The push is coming in quite quickly. Saltov needs to be ready.
And they're about to dogpile him. The Blackbeard leading the way. No, my goodness. And Solotov will plug the hole.
I think he
again.
blocked the nade
Faze
too.
doubling up.
Wow.
Added insurance. Solotov, the only one to be punished at this point in time. King had so many lined up, but not enough damage is done. Brede and Leaky Back will send the
Solotov saved that round for sure. Honestly, it felt like FaZe was really lost that round too. They started like with the grass taking stuff over there and like basically immediately went to rotate back.
He absolutely was. Didn't feel like he needed to play passive with the Kiba barriers. Was willing to go for a swing, take a bit of a risk before you lock that up, and then slow the attackers even more than they already
The mute
were.
was also definitely huge for them as well. They were
Everybody else put in the work.
actively sitting on those mute jammers like some eggs.
It was Licky Back who jumped out of the window in electrical to get a backstab on the IT player's breach side too. So all players on Falcons collapsing in on that push, and you got to wonder from FaZe, maybe you add a second dimension to that. You get a guy going Aqua, you get a guy going Connector, and that looks a little bit different, but because it was all focused on either IT or Rafters, it was very readable by Falcons.
Pretty cool transitions, dude.
Activating camera. 10 seconds left.
I gotta say, the transitions are pretty top tier.
Brede in the old Olay chant, which is a universal language at this point, let's be frank.
Big fan of that one.
Everybody all over knows it. Seven Nation Army chant is one that also will come out from time to time.
Yep.
Falcons in full control of this third map. How did we get here, Jesse? It was a 7-2 victory for Falcons on FaZe's map. FaZe then returns the favor by taking away Falcons map, denying a quick 2-0 for the European team. Do bear in mind that the loser of this matchup will have to play another game today.
I'm not gonna lie, I hate hip firing the torch. I respect people that hip fire the torch. I got an ADS with it to get my more accurate fire.
Especially if that M80 wildcard match is quick, you won't have a lot of time to do any VOD review on your potential opponents.
Yeah, nothing's easy at these international events. That's why it's so important to win right here. FaZe Clan know that better than anyone. Going up
ADS is 0-4.
Really
rough.
long. You see more power operators use this on his
Very rough.
Back on the Solus. These are operators
Production's been top tier since, except for Intero. Bro, Intero's only job is literally just yapping. He has no fucking idea what's going on. He's just yapping.
Making sure they have an angle. Cyber's playing the Maverick here, but he's playing it with defuse kits. That signals to me that he does actually want to walk in and plant. A lot of the time, you'll see Maverick players in this position just hold from another plants, maybe coming in from Exo or elsewhere on the map.
A lot of action happening now as we've sped our way to the halfway point. Falcons could be going up 5-0 here, but FaZe Clan showing incremental improvements. They'll use a logic bomb as KDS has now wandered his way into the bomb site. Are they aware of this? Cyber is there too, and he's getting diffuser.
They're literally
down.
planting.
Electrocell goes out. It's missed by KDS. He's jumped upon by Shaiko. It forces Cyber.
He got
off
off
of the
plant though.
Cyber takes matters into his own hands, and down goes Solotov.
All right. They're all getting beads, so it's just freebies. Flash is coming out.
Two of the best players on the side of Falcons, and there's still a minute to go. Now with the advantage.
Some of them are above though, right? Isn't the other guy upstairs with the Ram?
King picking off Leaky Fact. Brede and Usis 10-1 between these two players, Jesse. But now they've got the really challenging job of getting back to the site.
They snuck right in. Cyber's done it all, and now his teammates are coming to collect as well.
This is
Brede,
the
the last
Faze.
alive in the 1v4, and plant's finished.
He'll have to drop, but just almost no damage done. The mid-round so huge for FaZe Clan. They pick up their first round.
You saw that when Parker sat on my lap like a small kid was the funniest thing ever. Did he do that? I don't even remember that. It sounds like something he would do though.
But FaZe Clan are on the board, and this is their best chance to keep it as close before we swap sides.
They snuck in right under their noses, walking in through Animus.
Boston?
You saw that Maverick doing his work.
Oh yeah, I actually remember that.
Gets in and
I remember that now. He sat in my lap and he was like, "Da da." Yeah, he probably did get me sick. He was like super sick, and then he was just like sitting in my lap,
When KDS died, it got a little shaky.
and then saying "da da" in my face, like 2 feet away.
KDS goes down to Shaiko, and all of a sudden Shaiko's like, Sliper's like, I gotta take this into my own hands. Hits some brilliant shots in the midst of that round. A couple of critical kills to get his plant spot.
You remember that? I completely forgot about that, dude.
Not easy for an execute like that.
I know.
They've still got a guy up.
It wasn't a cold that he got me with. He got me with communism.
really deep from Faze
You
Clan.
got me with the
They thought about
communism,
every
dude.
possibility in that round, and it's important one to get here. 4-1 on the board, and now sets himself up for a potential 4-2.
Okay. Did I breastfeed him is a fucking crazy statement.
Trusted himself, but as you pointed out, the moment KDS died, it did weaken Cyber's hand, though he was still able to muster 2 kills onto both Solotov and Shaiko. That's hard opposition.
Bro, they gotta bump the bitrate up for
Was
this.
able to do it.
Come on. How does the Rainbow Six official channel not have access to 1440p? I have access to 1440p, and I'm an old man, dude.
Before and the potential that we know, but things are upside down for FaZe right now. KDS, the best statistical player on this team, 0-5, struggling.
Yeah,
to
KDS
perform,
is having a terrible game. I mean, they're gonna be on defense after this, so.
Because depth right now on FaZe Clan is not enough for KDS to be 0-5.
No, absolutely. I mean, we saw Cyber through these playoffs averaging less than a 0.5 KPR. He was really struggling in the playoffs, particularly. But
Falcons is too strong. I would think it's a Falcons too strong thing. Like,
step up and have another big game.
I don't know. FaZe is not really playing this well. Like, if you saw on, like, Lair, I think FaZe was fundamentally playing better Siege. Right? Like, they were winning, like, their setups and takes and stuff like that were cleaner. Even the rounds that Falcons was winning, it just looked like a FaZe game. This is the opposite. They're getting outplayed every round, essentially, here. I mean, FaZe could definitely turn around. They're going to get defense after this, so. But they're getting fundamentally outplayed every round right now. They're literally just like.
He was good for a 2K. He'll do it again. Uses Feld. Almost a 3K sidearm out, twisting around, dealing with the Azami of Shaiko's, then shut down by Handy.
See, now this is literally the opposite, right? Last game, the rounds that Falcons were winning, they were getting outplayed, but they would just gunfight their way to a victory. Whereas the same thing is now happening. I feel it's the opposite, rather. Like, Falcons are fundamentally playing better, and the last 2 rounds that FaZe has won, they're gonna win this round. They've literally just been walking in and like shooting people in the face. They're not fundamentally winning this. I mean, Cyber walked in with Mav and just blew 2 people's heads off. And then, like, almost got a 3rd, and someone else picked up the 3rd, you know?
The previous round FaZe were excellent at converging on this final defense.
Solotov has been having a crazy tournament. If anybody can pull this off, it's
bad timing for Solotov.
4-2 is still not a bad split.
But FaZe Clan can indeed play 2 in a row. The gap is close.
That's where you should be.
Will kick in with Falcons now moving to attack.
And you see that mental. A lot of worse teams would have crumbled in that moment, but from 4-0 down, they battle back to get themselves a side that I think is very much winnable from. They can still push forward on this defensive side now and bring this close up against Falcons. We got to talk about Cyber, one of the best entry players in the entire world. Back-to-back, he single-handedly pulls FaZe back into this game with how good he was at getting those entries. Specifically that last round, the way he moved in through the top floor, Parker, I mean, that was just ridiculous. Didn't actually kill Shaiko, but caused Shaiko to panic enough that his teammate got that kill instead. So you could rock that one down as a 3K if you want. I don't think anybody would blame you. As an entry player, though, especially for a guy like Cyber, your role shifts a little bit when the side swaps, right? No longer are you the first into the building. Now you're on a bit of an extended roam, bit of a solo play. What can you do as a flanker? What can you do in that aggressive spot in different areas around the map?
No electrification allowed here on Nighthaven Labs, whether it be on the first half or now the second half, as FaZe will not be allowed the Kaidor Bandit toys, so it will leave you up if you want to hold that IT wall. As we saw from when Falcons were defending, you might have to use a mute. You'll probably use a Mira.
Yeah.
And a Mira will be brought by FaZe Clan immediately for this top 4 bomb site.
I wouldn't be surprised if both of those ended up going on important walls. Sometimes
I'm gonna have to buy some skins, dude. If these skins are all 20% off. Listen, dude, I can't pass up a good deal, you know? I've got I have like 20,000 credits.
We'll have to see what Souls is looking for.
The celebration packs.
Guaranteed for the mirror window position.
I'm going to keep a keen eye on what operator Yuza slots in. Ying is his most played operator here on attack. She is available. Oh, no, she's not available. No. I was going to talk about the Ace, because I was going to mention that the bans were stylistically a little bit different. Ace is now available, as he was not earlier on. So small changes being made.
great point.
The deal addict? I really am a deal addict, bro. I love deals.
I mean, it was a great point, and that's why Faze
I do love deals.
It's his most played operator. His second most played operator is
Mirror window again. Bro, Bandit. Everyone is having so much trouble. I mean, I guess Bandit Cade would be probably more annoying, but...
It depends on where they are at, but I mean, Monty's also always a good ban.
Yeah.
Put one set of pellets at one set of pellets at a time.
More hard breach work being done, and this
They're getting their pellets like knocked out.
Round one, Faze struggled with that IT wall.
It's the same thing twice now.
Not easy. We'll see
Do a set of pellets, set of pellets. It takes a little longer, but it stops the trick.
Just gonna have to open it the old-fashioned way, Parker. It takes a few more X-Kairos. It's not as big of a gap to walk through, but you should still be able to crouch your way into the map.
I mean, one thing that we saw Falcons do quite well was how much they wasted time, too.
Yeah.
Even though they did almost manage to get it open, it was the time expense. Even if you had opened it up...
Oh, that's bad.
That's not a good one.
That could be devastating.
It might make IT a position where now Falcons will have to change
They
things
need
up
me there?
before
No, they
going
don't. They're way better than me.
of the map.
I just get to backseat. It's easy. Listen, it's easy to sit here in hindsight and say like what to do. It's really easy.
We can see that this Falcons team, they want to go
When you're in this actual situation as someone who's played professionally and stuff, right? When you're in the actual situation, it's much more difficult, right?
Good job, but Viking's gonna try to turn and get it. Won't be able to. The mirror window does get popped by the Havana.
Smart play by Vidiking, just not fast enough. The mirror window is eating up so much utility at this point in time, and mirror.
That's one of the reasons too I try to point out when someone just wins off of like gunplay. You know, oh, like this person basically, like, you know, some of these rounds, the teams have fundamentally lost them, but they win off of, you know, they just win off of gunfights. I mean, it happens.
Gaining information from Shaiko. The attempt is to get the Clash into a position where he can be shot from below, but that has not succeeded just yet.
Woo!
Cyber's first one down.
Oh, he knows he's there. He knows he's there.
Oh my goodness, missing
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And he's still below to fuck up the Clash.
But the fans are on their feet. Final 30 seconds. The Clash's shield has been put down.
Woo!
Still down there, not on the same.
Oh, KDS with the double though.
Hold on a moment. KDS finding
bringing it back.
Trapped against this mirror window, pops up.
Shaiko.
Getting on the action.
3v1. Soul's low HP by IT breach. Bye bye.
And Uses says, "Why not me too?" 3 players on Falcons, all active on the kill feed, but let's not kid ourselves. LeakyFac winning that round, and Falcons now up to 5 rounds.
Oh, Captain, my Captain, what a big round from LeakyFac down below, and we talked about Cyber dragging FaZe Clan back in through rounds 5 and 6. The opening death in that round goes for a flank, specifically trying to hunt down LeakyFac, but loses that duel. I think that smile from Shaiko just knows how good his teammate is.
We maybe get 1, 2, maybe 3 Shaiko smiles a year. So
No, G2 lost yesterday, actually surprisingly against Wildcard. Wasn't expecting that one, to be honest.
A huge part of what Julio brings to this team is the motivation on the side of Falcons.
Yeah.
Yes, they are an emotional team. Yes, they do get heated when things go sideways. It has been, there are clips that have been shared all over social media about LeakyFac in particular getting angry at the team and their contributions, holding them to a high standard, the same standard that I'm certain he holds himself to. But when you've got a hype man behind you who also knows the game, that is a deadly combination. And even when they were losing, Falcons still say
This is not the final, no. This is
it's hard to tell if FaZe Clan
this is semifinals. So whoever wins this game is guaranteed to make finals, which is tomorrow. And then the loser of this game will play the winner of the next game. So the next game is MED versus Wildcard. Winner of that game plays the loser of this game. So this is the upper bracket, like winner bracket, right?
Crazy from Falcons and Mental too. I mean, you talk
So
about the season they had
this is pretty much what it
lose
is.
the Manchester Major to Beast Coast in the grand finals. They lose the Montreal Major to W7.
So whoever wins this will be in the finals.
To FaZe Clan in the grand finals. This is a team who have had more than their fair share of defeats, but that's why you want another shot, right? That's why you want to get back to those grand finals. 2 rounds, all that separates Falcons from a shot at achieving the greatest prize.
When it comes to qualification games that are through the typical major circuit that we have, this will be a full calendar year and a potential 5th berth for this Falcon squad in the grand
I'm gonna
finals.
blow through this
Obviously,
wall.
they did not make the
Droning.
finals in Sao Paulo
They're doing the
inside 2
freezer
years ago,
take
but
from above, which means they're clearing kitchen. Probably have free-placed drones everywhere. They're gonna ram the floor. It's gonna be an exo take. Probably pop the hatch here with the hard breach gadget, and they're probably doing Animus hatch pop as well. With like, so it'll be like a stock exo take. They'll probably clear out. Do they have a Maverick? No, no Maverick. So they're just gonna take it together and just work the plant.
The top floor. Plenty of Faze clan roamers remain on the top floor. Falcons will know that.
They're gonna tuck plant corner over here, cargo. So they're droning it. Did they open the breach though? Because if they don't have any like pressure there, that's gonna be like kind of dangerous. They should have taken a Mav for this take.
Shaco's been excellent. A whole
Although,
smattering of kills.
I guess I see why they have the operators they do for clears.
Last round, it was just a single kill.
I mean, they still could. Oh, okay, never mind. So yeah, they have Brit on the breach who has hard breach gadgets. So they just opened the one hatch and they're gonna work. They just opened exo hatch and they're using the other one for the main wall.
Just in map 1 to talk about here regarding Faze.
Good waste of these toxic babes from Uses. He wants to plant just on the exo.
So they're just waiting for all the Goyos to pop. They got the call out. This is the guy playing the breach, so he'll be the cover for the corner plants. They're gonna have the BB as a distraction, bait out all the C4s.
The nitro cell goes. KDS has been downed, and Falcons with a big lead yet again.
So the only thing they can do is they do have control buffs. So see, he's C4ing right in the spot, right in that default like corner plant. Well, actually, that's above tank. I'm losing my mind. He's getting pushed anyway by Doke. Bye-bye.
Solotov says no, thank you. Match point for Falcons, 1 round away from the grand finals.
The European favorites are playing so well on this final map of the series.
They're playing good Siege though right now.
Exceptional, and they clear through that limited map control take.
I don't really know what Faze is doing honestly here. They're getting outplayed like crazy.
The kills as Faze clans start to panic. Faze clans start to overswing.
It's been like this the whole game though. The only 2 rounds they won were straight up running in and just gunfighting people.
Have a comeback through that first half. They started to bring it back 4-0 to 4-2, but at the second we see the side swap, the mental from Falcons, it's unbreakable. Their pushes just look so unbeatable, and I don't know what FaZe Clan do at this point to pull it back.
I mean,
they have to hold above a lot harder. They're getting cleared way too fast.
Close right now. Map number 2 on Layer was the closest. It needed 11.
Yeah, Layer they were getting outplayed. Like I 100%. Even the rounds they won, they were getting outplayed. This map, FaZe looks lost.
Despite it not being their map choice, but here, on the rounds that FaZe have won, yeah, fine, they've been okay, but on the rounds that they've lost, Falcons have been in complete and total control of this map. And there we have it again.
Look at that transition, dude.
The hopes of making a grand final for FaZe Clan washing away. The loser goes down to the lower.
That was a good line by Parker. I'll give him that.
Of M80 and wild card, that will be up at the
same mirror setup again.
Match, which with the way the
it's muted as well, so they're gonna probably
rather than later, but
they'll go like top first, top corner.
FaZe Clan might just be there, and if they drop that second match today, that means no grand finals for the defending world champs.
This is still a difficult bomb site to attack on, Parker. The top floor of Nighthaven is a really tricky one for attackers to crack open. Falcons can't get ahead of themselves.
They're going for a quick, yeah.
Hunting for a frag with this glass, though. This could be a big opportunity.
DP over peaks here.
That's not a good sign. Having to use an impact to take care of a drone because you just can't aim and you feel like you're trapped.
It's not the aim. He drove it down.
Cyber's in a rough spot and could be an early casualty. If he's gone, FaZe Clan will struggle. Offense has not been there for FaZe. Cyber's been leading the way, and he is playing in a do-or-die spot, Jesse.
The glass is hunting for him, but eats a lot of damage and has to back off. I'm surprised Cyber's survived as long as he has, frankly. This is a tough position. Now forced out by the Blackbeard and still back to sight.
Oh my goodness, 2 targets. Lay in wait, uses, finds Souls, whose back was turned. The Blackbeard's still in this very, very
so they have rafters now.
On the rafters. He will be
they'll easily be able to get, they should easily be able to get the wall now. Yep, open.
Opened up enough of IT for Shaiko
They
to
got the
wander
cap
his way
too.
in.
More smoke for the Glass. Both of his smokes are still up, which are they're both in play.
Most of his HP, but he gets it done on a single point, evading the flames. 8 kills for Shaiko. Faze clan with only 3 remaining and a minute left. This does not
They
look
did burn
promising
that,
for the
though.
Brazilians.
No real chance to flank. It's very direct coming through from Falcons. Raptors and IT, but that's
Look at
all
that.
the
Solitov's
control they
cheating.
really
You
need.
see
They
that?
can just take these fights and hopefully
This
with
make me
hand
miss
and
the old
trade up to
days.
win.
And Solitos
Woo!
sees these Oni Cyber falls. He's
Cheating! Literally cheating!
Position, hunting
I'm
him
kidding.
from the back. Will he use this as the Blackbeard gets into position himself?
He's getting the call off
Clan
his.
clinging to dear life and reduced
Woo!
to King.
Yes! I got my MP5 skin.
Match in a row, the 5th event in a row, for the 5th time in a row. Grand finals.
Grand
for
finalists.
Falcons.
Falcons, baby.
Europeans will have their champion in the grand finals tomorrow. Parker and Falcons.
Send
They
the
couldn't have
ticket,
looked better
baby.
Getting there. Such a dominant performance on maps 1 and 3. Had their struggles on their own pick, but the resilience mentally to battle back against FaZe Clan. This team is looking so good at the moment, and for FaZe, they'll have to fall down to the bracket. It'll be a battle of the Americas in the lower bracket final to figure out who that opponent.
Bro, look how
will be
many
on
people are there
Championship
for
Sunday.
FaZe.
Oh my goodness, Falcons, what a
Or sorry,
performance it has
Falcons.
been throughout
Losing
this
my mind.
entire
Bro, they
event.
literally got
A team that looks
they
so
literally have
dominant
15
through the group
people.
stages, knocking off the best that Brazil has to offer. I mean, I guess the real question needs to be asked here now. How does Falcons get over the hump? They will have a day to figure that one out as they consistently...
So
make
this
these
is
grand
one of the big
finals,
problems
and
with the
yet
Falcons is
have
they
not
end up
been able to
winning
lift a trophy
and go to
as
the
they
finals, and they have that
stood
day
side
off
by
to
side
sit
by
and
side,
think, and then they
watched
choke
other
the
teams do it in
finals.
front of them. Here on home soil, they're hopeful that finally the tides will turn.
Wouldn't
But
this
we'll
be the
see.
arena to do it in, Parker? Here on their home continent in front of a crowd that is all going to be supporting them. I mean, it almost feels like this one is different. It almost feels like with a new season, a new year, it's been a new mental coming through from this Falcons squad, and they just look so good against even the best teams in the world. I don't know if there's anyone in the lower bracket that will be able to contest them.
No, I honestly thought FaZe Clan would give them their best fight, and so far, I mean, I think you can make a very credible argument that FaZe did match up very well, but the wheels came off here on this 3rd map, and yet again, Falcons will fly to the finals. Enough from us,
How do you
Jesse,
prepare
because
for a
Falcons are
final?
gonna
I
wanna
mean,
know who they're
ideally
playing.
you
Let's get to
watch
that
the
matchup as quickly
games
as
because you're going to
possible.
see your
Before we do
opponent
get to that,
playing.
let's
Oh, it's
head
no
down to the
limit.
stage to hear what Ian and LeakyFac have to say about
I thought
that
he
match.
wasn't supposed to be there. He must have just flew there like last minute, I guess.
Falcons. Wow. FaZe Clan fall. We've got these guys in another grand final. But first, a rematch from SI this year. This one must be extra special. This win here must feel good.
Yeah, this victory means a lot for us. We wanted to take our revenge, and we think this team will come back to the grand final, and then we'll keep continuing the same way.
Can we just give a quick shout out to this wonderful crowd here in Munich?
How many people are in the entourage? Well, Falcons is like probably the richest org in like all of
Are we happy that
esports.
Falcons are in the grand final?
So Falcons is
Now listen, we've got to address the elephant in
they're
the room.
owned
Made
by
it to plenty of grand finals.
they're owned by like
at the
some
last hurdle.
someone in Saudi. I don't know
How are
who
you going to
exactly.
get the job done this time?
I think we'll keep the same
And,
we're playing
um,
right now, focus on ourselves.
You know,
I think
they
today
basically
was
have like
close, apart
the most
there,
money out
we
of like any
for a bit of
org.
sleep, I will say it. But we came back on labs, and yeah, same plan, same thing in our head, and we'll give everything.
The energy in the team looks phenomenal.
So
at
they
the
have a
minute.
crazy
What's the-
support
what are the
staff.
vibes like right now in
So
Team
like
Falcons?
most teams maybe
It's
have like,
amazing, we are laughing, we're having fun.
you know, 5
We all want to
players.
win,
You know,
and we
maybe
that the
they've got a
key is to
coach,
play together,
maybe an
and,
analyst.
And we are doing good.
You are.
Bro,
Best of luck.
Falcons have
Good- like the-
legitimately like 15 people.
I'm going to clip that myself. Thank you very much, LeakyFac. Best of luck in the grand final. Now, as we look ahead,
Dude, they have
to
like
tomorrow,
3 analysts, 2
the
coaches.
culmination
They
of
have
this
like,
incredible
you know,
event
and
here in Munich. The road, of
they have
course,
like
goes
people that are there
further
for like to
than
help
that.
them keep their mental.
It stretches to Paris.
I don't know, probably someone to
10
massage them.
Years of siege history will be celebrated in the heart of Paris, the city of love, where the world's best will gather and celebrate what is an incredible achievement in siege history, and the greatest will gather for the 6th Invitational 2026. We cannot wait for it.
My friend, is SI 26 in Paris will all be about making history. The 10th anniversary of this game and, of course, of the Invitational, all the way from a tiny little theater in Montreal to one of the biggest arenas that we got in Paris to celebrate the game. And Team Falcons will be playing on home soil. That is, though, in the future, however, because we have to chat about what they're going to do in our grand final and all of that and more right after our break. How did Falcons glide into our final?
They all got personal assistants? Yeah, dude. I mean, like, you know, not for nothing, Falcons is probably the best org out there. Who do I want to win it all? An NA team. I just got the MP5, which is all I care about. I don't really care about the other stuff. Like, hey, like, extra packs and stuff are always cool, but... yeah, I just got... I was at 8 points, and I just got my 9th point with that win, so I get that MP5 skin. That's all I really care about, to be honest. It's not even, like, that cool of a skin, but I just like getting these exclusive skins. They're just, you know, I don't know. So I got 2 uncommon alpha packs, 5 uncommon total, 3 rares, and I got the MP5 skin. And then I don't think I'm going to make it to the platinum tier. Platinum tier I don't even think is possible for me now, which is the epic packs. So, because even if I get the winner for, like... One sec, chat. My wife made me another croissant sandwich. Yeah, okay, so let me check. Okay, well, how do you pick... It wouldn't let me pick the final for, like, Faze. Wait. Chat, am I losing it here? Are you good? Okay. Look at this. Am I losing it here? What is this? I'm looking at the predictions page right now. Okay. This is the predictions page. So this is the game that just got played. I picked Falcons. Okay. I don't remember picking Faze here. And how do they know M80 is going to be there? This game hasn't been played yet. Wait a minute. Has the script been leaked? Has the script been leaked, chat? Has the script been leaked? You predicted M80? So it moved them on? Okay, I guess. Oh, so that's how they did it. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Because I didn't pick it. I didn't pick that bracket, no, but I see what you're saying. It just automatically moves them. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I was so confused for a second. Listen, dude. You gotta yell at me, okay? Don't gotta yell at me. I want to eat this sandwich, dude. They're so good. Well, I didn't make a prediction for that last one. Did I play with any of these guys left in NA? Like professionally? Mm-hmm. Hot and cold. Hot and cold on M80 is one of my old teammates. And Canadian. Well, he got knocked out, but...
My friends, do you ever get a feeling of deja vu? Because we have absolutely seen this in the past. Team Falcons qualify into the grand final, this time in Munich. And how do they really make it here? Because we talked about Faze in map 2. They needed to convert on their openings on the attack, but then the shutdown from Falcons.
Yeah, I think the first big thing was the Monty ban. That allowed them to really not be oppressed by the Monty. Vita King was devastating on it in LA.
And GG makes roster changes.
They're able to produce big performances.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, the late round Brady abusing it, but then also the clash.
I mean, I don't think they really should. They've been making some good tournament runs. Yeah, they just need stuff to click a little better.
Slow down Faze to play around the clash. Look at how many players the clash has put and slowed down. That play to me was just summarizing why Falcons had such a strong league in defense. And I think if you look at this overall matchup, you clearly had a Falcons that was dominating in 2 maps, that were in control in 2 maps. I think on the back of Leak Effect that was going absolutely crazy. If it wasn't for there, honestly, it would have been such a dominant showing for Falcons.
And I think when you're in such an important game, when you're in an upper bracket final, you need 2 things. You need your IGL and Leak Effect to be stepping up, to be calling for the team, but you also need a special player. And Users for me on this roster is that special player. He's not always the most flashiest. We talk about Solotov, we talk about Striko getting the entry kills in the regular games, but in those big moments, to get the decisions correct, to make those plays, I actually trust nobody in World Teams more than Users. He just has a knack in these big games of finding a way.
He's got a game sense that's so special.
Well, let's visualize the trajectory that the Team Falcons went through until getting to that final. They beat G2, they beat
The Penta
Faze,
EG rivalry
and now
was
they
really
sit
good.
waiting for either wildcard M80 or the rematch from Faze Clan. Any one of those 3 teams can go up against them tomorrow. But what are those 2 players that enabled that grand final trajectory, gents?
Yeah, it's going to be the IGL of Leak Effect, and it's going to be the flex player of Users. As again, we just want to keep on talking about them because Leak Effect was so good. I mean, Lair didn't go quite right. I think they will go and dissect that and how that went and how they were pushed around, because that might be something that they might face Faze again on in the final. And like I said, when you need him, Users is there in those big games.
And if there is one player, one single player on that team that can finally break the ceiling, make them win an event, I think it's Leak Effect. I think if he's on point with the calls, that's one thing, but he's also fragging in the game. He's feeling that momentum and he's fueling all their teammates with his energy. You know him. He's happy, he's full of energy, he's bringing the mood up. We need that player in the grand final if they want to win.
And there's going to be conversations about what's going to be different tomorrow versus the previous last 3 grand finals. And it's what we spoke about in the pre-show. It's the foundations that they're building on, you know, the team synergy, the support staff, everything. They're building a roster that's built on some really, really stable foundations for this year, and this is just the start.
From Julio, Ingame, and a million other people that stand behind Team Falcons to make them who they are today and to make it into the grand final. But that talk is for tomorrow. An all North American clash awaits. That's Wildcard versus M80 after the break.
All right. I'm rooting for M80 just a little bit. Let me go throw this plate in the sink. Right back.